The HOK is the toughest environment, and at your own risk is the toughest environment. The HOK is the toughest environment. Yeah, stay strong, don't cry. It's the toughest environment. Yeah. No handouts here. You have to earn your respect. And when you do, you make they ass regret. They call it the toughest, and the title is earned from the bridges we crossed and the lessons we learned. In a cold-blooded kingdom, a concrete cage. Muslim, Christian, Israelites step on the stage. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. In a cold-blooded kingdom, sa.neter created. HOK, where you can't fake it. The HOK is where you fight back. No room for error, no window attack. It's a masterclass, how you handle the heat. Where the pedigree is written on the concrete streets. Toughest environment, yeah, we know the score. Locked in on debate and asking for more. The HOK is the toughest environment. Enter at your own risk, it's the toughest environment. The HOK is the toughest environment. Stay strong, don't cry. It's the toughest environment. Yeah.
Peace and White Power family. What's going on, man? What's happening? Hit that thumbs up for me, please, y'all. Hit that like button. There's only 4 thumbs up so far. I hit it myself. Yeah, you know, this is an open topic, open panel. So y'all can come in and whatever y'all want to talk about, start the conversation off. You know what I'm saying? Let me drop that link. I'll start it off if you want. Let me start it off. Drop that link in there. The link is in the chat. We want some new people, new faces, y'all. New faces. Come on, man. Yeah. Let's get it in. Let's talk, man. Talk to me. What's happening? I need some new faces here. We got Rakufu in the building. Rakufu always showing up. Let's get some new people. What's up, Rakufu?
All right, peace to the family.
Peace. What's up? Talk to me.
Hey man, let's get on this. Let's get on this connection, this divine pecking order.
What up, son?
When it comes,
peace, humble.
When it comes to the greatest that Black people have to offer from antiquity, will everybody unanimously say Kemet?
Yes.
Okay, a humble say yeah. What you say, Sa?
What's the question again?
When it comes to the greatest that humanity has,
come on in, man. I'm live. All right, go ahead, say it.
I said when it comes to the greatest that Black humanity has to offer to society from antiquity, from the furthest remotes of antiquity, would Kemet be the greatest, top of the pyramid, top of the panel of all of the societies?
That's as far as we know. Kemet will be the one that's exposed to us, but I'm quite sure there's way more great dynasties that we don't even know, that we have not even unearthed. You got to understand, we've been here for thousands of years, but Kemet is the one that's exposed to us right now.
Yes,
I would agree. And if I can really fast, I would say Kemet is one among many of the greatest examples of the melanated people we have.
There you go.
One thing I do talk about is I talk about the Blackfoot Native American because my grandmother was Blackfoot Native American. So I do talk about that tradition a lot. And when we go into the history of the Blackfoot Native American, this is another strong warrior tribe, right? Actually, the last strong warrior tribe that defended against the fur trade with the Europeans that came over here, right? So when they came over here and they started disbanding all of our Native Americans, we were the last fleet of Native Americans as a warrior tribe to fend them off or to fight to fend them off. So we have a lot of great nations out here when it comes to representing the melanated people. I would say because of their antiquity and because of how early in history they did what they did, we could most definitely place them at the top of the totem pole when it comes to what they brought to the world.
Technology wise, that's what I meant. Like technology.
Let me ask you, Rakufu.
Real quick, Si, before you do, this is what I had Captain on right here. Ashwagandha mushroom. It's a tea.
You had who on that?
Remember when you told Cap, you ain't out here doing mushrooms, are you, Cap?
Yeah.
It say right here, mushroom coffee.
Right. How it tastes?
Ashwagandha. It's bomb. It really helps you out. Check it out. Do your research on it. Just Google it.
Okay. But let me ask you a question, brother. You know, when our people talk about their indigenous heritage, you know, we as a people get all bent up out of shape and start saying we ain't no Indians, man. We just hate ourselves. We Africans. Well, I'm gonna tell you, man, I come in my late years, man, I'm starting to realize that we have been here way before the goddamn Christopher Columbus. All of us say, come over here on slave ships, brother.
I need that. I need that source on that side. Not saying it's wrong.
Okay, here's
I'm not saying it's wrong.
Well, let me show you a source right here. You can't get a greater source than the grandmothers of our people.
I disagree.
That I heard
I only disagree
is that the Negroes came from Africa. I have history. Let me tell you. Here we go. Most craziest thing that I heard is that the Negroes came from Africa. I have history. Let me tell you. Here we go, baby. This my great-great-grandmama. She was born in the 1800s.
Look at this.
Her name is Minnie Hauser. She's indigenous to America. This my great-great-grandmama on my father's side. And this her daughter in the red. And then the one in the green hat, that's my grandmama. So these are 3 generations of women that been here in America. From the 1800s, you can't tell me.
She's going back 3 generations, bro.
Yeah, but look at them, Si. They look like mixed breeds and half puppies.
Nah, they look alike. You can see it.
You got to keep it. What we be doing as black people, we looking for some type of what is that word called? Greatness.
Nah, brother. That's what I'm talking about.
Let me finish what I'm saying. Let me land my plane. All I'm saying is, it's so many atrocities in slavery of rape, open pillage, rape, and all kind of games played about if you lighter, you better. You can't go to college if you're darker than this paper brown bag. All these societies that came up in the Negroes elite, like what they call them, boulets. And it's a social structure in Black America. We don't want to accept Africa for some reason.
Man, see, that's what we all. Hold on, brother. See, that's the same thing that we always say, man. We don't want to accept Africa. You've been brainwashed just like a lot of our people, brother.
Yeah.
You've been brainwashed. Let's continue. Let me finish playing what the sister's saying, and then we can talk.
And this her daughter in the red. And then the one in the green hat, that's my grandmama. So these are 3 generations of women that been here in America. From the 1800s, you can't tell me a goddamn thing. We indigenous to America.
My father been here. My grandfather been here. What are you talking about?
She said 1800s. We go back to the
1800s?
1555. That ain't 1800. We got Africans coming. What was it?
When did Christopher Columbus get here?
What did Chuck D say?
He really never made it here.
What did Chuck D say in Public Enemy? 1555. How we living? Yeah, living ain't the way.
All right, let's continue. Let me continue.
And the crazy part is how they staged all this shit and played it in our face.
Right.
And how we go along with it every day. They know damn well Donald Trump know exactly who we are. He went to that meeting back in the day. He told them they don't look like Indians and Indians. Here they got us calling us African Americans. They know exactly who they are. They know who we are. We don't know that they invaders. We don't know that they immigrants. They deporting everybody but they goddamn self. Ain't none of their great-great-great-grandmamas was here. None of them. And we sit and we work for these motherfuckers. We sit and we let them drag
No
us.
cursing, baby. No
we let them
cursing.
do whatever they want to do to us. Why? Why do we let this white man control us the way we do on our land? Do you understand that the meaning of a damn copper color person is the true meaning of American? And then instead of giving it the rights to us, they gave it to the Europeans, the descendants. You read this shit and you get upset. And then you understand that nobody cares in the family. I'm talking to them. Nobody care about Minnie Hauser. Nobody care about her motherfucking problems what she went through. The stories came through in the family. This woman hated white people, white tea people. It's things that she seen happen to her parents, her grandparents. And then the one in the red left the reservation where she was born at. She was born on the reservation, baby. Let me tell you, all this shit is Indian land. Yamasee. They don't even understand what it is. You see calling yourself black. You belong here. This land belong to you. Here we all rent, paying rent. We was owners. We owned everything. They took everything from our ancestors. And I'm looking in our eyes at Minnie Hauser. Look at her eyes. You know how much she's seen with those eyes?
Go and look up Minnie Hauser, man.
And us as the descendants of these people,
I know, son.
we allow them to reclassify us and tell us what we are. But I tell you one thing, when my grandmother, Maddie, when she had my daddy, she was considered a color. And so was my daddy and my granddaddy considered a color. A color. So you understand what happened with the color when they was reclassified? What were they before color? Why are y'all keep reclassifying us? What is going on?
So there you have it. What do you think? Go ahead now. Go ahead, speak.
Okay, I just need one of y'all that's claiming this to give me a paragraph in your indigenous tongue. Just one paragraph. That's it.
You've been stripped of that, brother. Give me a paragraph of your African language, of your African original tongue.
Cypher Mungu, praise God.
No, talk to me. Go ahead. Talk to me.
I'm saying those.
Right.
Saying,
why you can't?
Even in our culture, we got okra. We know.
Yo, brother, I'm sorry to say this, man. A lot of people gonna be mad at me, brother. But yo, we are more than just African. We're not all just Africans, brother.
But is there anything
Exactly,
else
We're not all just Africans, brother. I'm telling you, my grandfather.
Okay, I get it.
He's He's been here.
Talking about, did they come out of their own circumstance, or is everything on the planet some degree of African?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody don't agree with that.
Everything is some degree of African.
Wait, watch this. Some natives will tell you they came out the earth right here in America, and they always been here.
Why is it so hard for y'all? Why is it so hard for you, Rakufu, to believe that there are so-called? Yo, I'm talking, brother.
My bad.
Why is it hard for you to believe that there are so-called blacks that been here who have Indians in their blood, brother? Why is it hard for you to believe that?
That's not hard for me to believe. When we take the DNA test, I'm not a believer. I'm a knower. So I want to see their DNA. And if they try to come and gas me up faster than a New York minute and talk to me and 3-card modeling me, I'm just going to listen. But I do know a fact. They can't show their ancestry in their body DNA older, it's more African. My point I'm standing on is the ancestors of Dr. Ben, Dr. Clark, Sheikh Anta Diop, before them, Arthur Scumberg, all them brothers that go back, Leo Hansberry, all our black historians and our DNA testers, I guarantee you, and our sickle cell, distinct West African.
So Dr. Ben can't be wrong.
Anybody could be wrong.
Oh, right. That's what I'm talking about.
I can make a show and say the white man, I can say the white man is Indian and you can't be wrong saying he ain't. Anybody can say something.
Right, and that's what you've been doing. You're saying something.
Doing DNA test.
Let me go to Arshay, man. Arshay want to get it in.
Man, it's She,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
man, you know, I be loving the elders, man, but she up there talking about the 1800s and they wearing pearls, man. You talk, if we gonna talk about indigenous Americans, show me when you first got here. Show me the remnants of your original peoples on this land. I be wanting to know the Native American story. Even if they tell you the truth about their story, it ain't got nothing to do with no quote unquote Negroes. It got a whole lot to do with some Asiatics. It got a whole lot to do with some real with the eye like this and the skin complexion of my palm. So like, and that's the honesty. So when we get to talking about how did these quote unquote Native Americans get here on this land, they don't originate on this land. There was a point in time where this land was unpopulated. Now, did they come here before Columbus? Absolutely. May there have been some darkly melanated hues amongst them, maybe even. Absolutely. But were they us? Absolutely not.
Hey,
now,
the silverback on you.
Yo, hold on. He's talking, brother.
There's a point in time where we also come here before Columbus. You know, I would hint to David Imhotep with that. The first Americans were African. And you will see how we even had a certain conflict with the North Africa, with the Northern Americans versus even the Southern Americans, if you would.
Yeah.
So not United States like all those, I don't know, Civil War stuff, but on a continental level. So South America versus the ones who was up the Northern. So there was a certain conflict, and when we seen each other, as far as Africans in the native, because they're not indigenous, they're native to the land. Then it was certain conflicts. They even enslaved the African at points in time as well. So they knew that they were a separate people than us. Do we get to mixing and mingling? Absolutely. And some of us are maybe products of that. But to say that we are pure Native American and all of this other stuff.
No, but I would never say we are pure Native American. I would never say that.
Never say that. Yeah, you're right, Si.
You wouldn't. But the woman on the video was hinting towards that.
So-called black people who are Native American or who are Indians. I know that.
Okay, go ahead. Real fast.
Go ahead.
I can get in here, right? So what the brother Ashe was saying, number one, let's get back to even what Rakufu was saying, right? If we go by a certain narrative, everybody on the planet is some sort of African. The European is an African, the Asiatic is an African, they're all Africans, right? Now, when you see the diaspora of them leaving out of Africa, right? Then you see how they start to change ethnically. So you see how the people from the Caucasus Mountains start to change. You see how the Asiatics start to change, right? When the people of the Asiatics were still migrating, a lot of them settled here because of the game and because of the plain region. It's the northern. I ain't talking about the southern. The southern people, you talking about the Haitians and all of that. The northern people and the Blackfoot, the Haitians and them and the Blackfoot Indians never met. They never came in contact because their migratory route was only in their section and when they settled. This is why when you get to the Haitians and stuff, they'll say, oh, they got African. When you go to the Native American, you'll never see that. You would see more of the Asiatic. But now, the reason you find that in the DNA is the same reason that we was to go back earlier to the Caucasoids in history. When we take a DNA of them, they would be African. They wouldn't have the Caucasian genotype they have now in present day. If we go and get the earliest formations of the people from the Caucasus Mountains and we take their DNA, they would be African. So that's the same comparison to if we was to take a Blackfoot Native American and then take his DNA during that time, he would still be closely related to the Asian. But the reason they will be distinct is because he's been here long enough to now that they gain distinctive genetics, right? So over time, now, like Brother Ashe was saying, these became native people to this land over thousands of years. I mean, the Blackfoot Native Americans span here from what, 18,000 years ago. So 18,000 years being isolated on this land. You see what I'm saying? We was talking to Unc the other day, and he was talking about he was asking, did we agree with Darwin's theory of evolution? Well, if we going according to Darwin's theory, right, then these two people evolve from one another, and these are a different evolution, turn them into a whole different group of people. You see what I'm saying? So now when we get into, and I'm gonna land my plane with this because I know I've been speaking for a while. When we get into when the transatlantic slave trade started happening, then we start to see a lot of Native Americans and Africans mixing. During that time is when we start seeing a mixing. And I will argue we are the products of that. We are the offspring of those people intermixing. And now that's how we come on a scene. So I land my plane with that. That's just my breakdown of it.
All right, who want to go next?
I just wanted to say to Asar, Asar, when you see these people that we're seeing, like J markers are markers of the Senegalese people who look purple, black, woolly hair, coil hair, and everything, kind of look like Nubians and stuff, but they got different DNA markers. The ones on the Sentinel Island. You could have had phenotypical people throughout the Americas looking just like us, but with different genital markers. What I was saying. Okay, go ahead, y'all.
Absolutely, just like the ones where you go over the Australian people, those indigenous folks, and they even go as far as
Papua New Guinea, or
yeah. So just because you phenotypically look like us does not mean that you're us.
I would agree with that as well.
But totality, all of us are from the African, like
all of us are from Africa.
So
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. So I would even go as far now to say that dark hue is an Afro feature that's inherited on the continent itself.
Ooh, I'm looking for that one because some people
gotta say that.
They changed out when they got to other places. I think that came with them. I never seen a white man have a black population that turned black because of where they went.
Right. A lot of the changes happened on the continent. That's what I was talking about the other day. A lot of the changes, far as when you get to talking about the quote unquote evolution thing, what's going on with the genus, a lot of it happened on the continent. You know, Neanderthal, Neanderthal on the continent. You know what I mean? Cro-Magnon man is Cro-Magnon man on the continent. You know what I'm saying? And then Grimaldi is Grimaldi on the continent. But the fun fact about it is when Grimaldi left the continent and went to Europe, he didn't become a European. He did not lose his pigmentation. He didn't get blonde hair. He didn't get blue eyes. So when we look at Grimaldi, man, he is
You're right. Well, guess what? That's what Sheikh Anta Diop said. That's what he taught. He taught that because of the climate that the color of his skin started changing. Yeah, that's what Sheikh taught.
Real quick, before you go, Sa, you see on my screen, what do I put? What's this for? I'm sending you a dub on Zelle, but I don't know when it say what's this for. What do I say?
Family. Say for family. Yeah, food. Say food.
Because you owe. Say because you owe. God damn it.
Nah, because I don't want them taking a cut.
Let me say what's good to what's here, right? And the other brother Humble. So you know we had a nice little rocky start, you know, with the formation of y'all group, and I just want to say, man, you know, I appreciate y'all that young spirit and energy, man. That was fun for me. I enjoy it. Help keep me young.
That was great.
Yeah,
that was great.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. And I don't want y'all to think I'm not a hater, yo. I'm a participator. And so, you know, I went back and I made sure I looked at the video and looked at the things, man. And I gotta say, right? I gotta say, man, I like the way y'all fought that fight. And I would also say is that y'all are more advanced than I was when I was talking about the Hebrews at first. I gotta give y'all that. I gotta be honest with you.
If I could say why, really fast, the reason is we were watching you when you were on the street doing what you was doing, the Polites, the Brother Shabazz. We were watching y'all do what y'all was doing while we were watching y'all on TV.
Yeah,
right?
Y'all got
it wasn't accessible and we couldn't get to y'all. We could only watch on TV.
Right.
A lot of the passion that you see from me, a lot of the passion you see from my brother Ashe, it come because of how we seen y'all bring out y'all information.
There you go. That's what I told you. Oh, I told you.
No, but that's why I said we gotta stand on people's shoulders because
Yeah.
it's mistakes I made, right? And you don't need to remake the wheel. You know what I'm saying? Like it's things I did that y'all can take that, add to it, and then somebody gonna come by and stand and then make it easy for us. Like I say, man, like this conversation is real heavy and it's hard, man, at times, man. But when I went back and I looked at it, what's up, King J? King J did a good job. He did a good job at explaining certain ideas, right? But the
For sure.
whole evolution part, yo, I would say that's the weak spot right there. That's the weak spot. That's definitely a weak spot, and that take time and effort to get the evolution down pat. Hell, most people don't even agree with evolution, but the fact that y'all do agree with it, now y'all gotta figure out why. So you mentioned Grimaldi, man. They don't even use Grimaldi no more, right? You also talked about you said Grimaldi. What's the other guy you talked about? You
I
talked
said
about
Cheddar Man. Cheddar
I
Man.
I
no,
said
not you. Come on, I said
I mentioned Grimaldi and I
who
mentioned
else?
Cro-Magnon.
Okay, let's talk about Cro-Magnon man. So actually, Cro-Magnon man is simply Homo sapiens sapien that they
Mm-hmm.
found in Cro-Magnon Europe.
Wow.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's important to know that.
Yes, it is, because I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's all it is. They found them. They found Homo sapiens sapien in Cro-Magnon Europe.
But who was
Okay.
Cheddar Man? Huh? Cheddar Man play a part in this. He was a black model they made with blue eyes, and they had him on
No,
Time
Cheddar.
magazine.
No, now Cheddar Man is another a complexity of nature. But I would like to make this point though. So all the traits that you can think about, they start in Africa first.
Mm-hmm.
The alleles, the variations of different skin colors, right? Is actually everything you see is an African trait. Now, whether it get expressed or not is based off the environment. So when you see light skin, the oldest a gene is found in Africa, maybe 150,000 years ago. Right now, it didn't express itself because there was no need to express itself. It would not have been advantageous to the population for everybody to be light skinned in those geographical regions. So it became advantageous as the African population moved out of Africa. And so you asked the question, and I don't feel like I answered it good enough. You said, can a lion go to the mountains and evolve and be a mountain lion? The answer is absolutely no. And you know why it's no? Because evolution does not occur in a single organism. It occurs in the population. Now, why am I saying it occurs in the population? Because genes has to get transferred. You can only transfer genes by having sex. And so when those genes get transferred to the next offspring, right, it stands a chance that those particular genes might get selected. Now, so if we got a population of, say, 10 lions, right? And 10 of them move to the mountain regions. Okay. Now, those 10 lions have babies. When they have babies and transfer genes, there may be some genes that allow those mountain lions to survive in the mountains better. Everybody don't get the genes. Only let's just say 5 of them get the genes. So the other five won't have a valuable offspring, but the 5 with the genes that gives them an advantage in the mountain area will live to the age of reproduction and give birth to more lions that may carry that gene. And so over time, the population shift from a population that can't handle the mountain area to a population that can. It's a classic example of evolution. Look up the spotted moth. Now, the spotted moth will help y'all bring all that into being. It'll tighten your shit up, right? Charles Darwin, Copernicus. You know who Copernicus is,
Oh,
right?
try not the profanity, bro.
I didn't. I said Copernicus.
No, you said we'll tighten your it up.
All right, okay. So Copernicus followed the heliocentric model. So if I was to give you the litmus test and say, do you agree with Copernicus? And you say, no, I don't agree with Copernicus. And then you come back and say, well, I agree that the earth circles the daggone sun. That would not make sense because Copernicus helped formulate the heliocentric model. So when I say Charles Darwin, you can't say you don't agree with Charles Darwin theory of evolution, then come back and start talking about genes. Remember, all that come out of Charles Darwin's work.
May I ask Uncle a question?
Yeah, go ahead. Did you hear what I said, though? I think that's important.
I hear what you said. It's real important. And I just want to let you keep on going because it's just a quick question.
Yeah, but go ahead, brother.
Would it be fair to me to ask you, do you believe in the Kemetic spirituality in that same breath? because, and then lay it out and say
he don't believe that.
because. Then lay it out and say because the Cometians had the firm thought and knowledge that Ra was on the sun boat, metaphorically, of course, and that Ra was taking this trip, to the quote unquote to the afterlife, to the underworld, representation of darkness. So he's taking this trip, and then we're shrouded in darkness. And when he comes back on his trip, here comes the sun again, and now we got the daytime. They understood the heliocycle without calling it the heliocycle. Would it be fair if I asked you, do you believe in Kemetic spirituality? And then you said no.
You don't.
And then I said, and then I called you pseudo, and I said, oh yeah, bro. Oh yeah, you ain't with it then, because the Cometians understood the helios, they understood the sun cycle.
That's actually two separate things. You only begin to understand the sun cycle is based off of understand how the heavenly bodies move. So that would actually be in the category of science. So you asked me if I believe in a spiritual system, although they had it mixed up but when it was time to read the daggone how the sun travel, right? They had, like, I call them star clocks, like an optoplier, where they track the different cycles and stuff like that. But that's proto-astronomy. And the question you're saying, I don't have to believe in Christianity to agree they fixed the damn calendar. That's two separate things right there. So no, I don't believe in no God, right? I know a spiritual system is cultural, so I'm gonna always give the African spiritual systems based off my bias. I'm gonna pick that over the quote unquote Islam, Christianity, Judaism, but I'm gonna treat them the same way. And that was my next point. My next point is, as I used to critique different spiritual systems, say Islam, Judaism, Christianity, I still had a belief in a cosmic force. Then I had to recognize that shit, my belief in my belief in the cosmic force ain't no more different than the belief in Allah. It's just a word change. So as I develop, I start to recognize that spiritual systems are spiritual systems. Belief in God is belief in God, no matter what you call it, right? And I have learned how to detach myself from belief systems and just recognize science. Now, I respect spiritual systems. I think there's a need for it, but some of us have the ability to separate themselves from believing in God. Everybody not going to be able to do that, bro. But when you critique a person's spiritual system, you leave yourself wide open for that left hook, yo.
Thank you, brother. I agree.
Hey, Humble, you get my point, though?
Yeah, most definitely. And I just want to respond to that.
Yeah, respond. Go ahead.
One of the issues I have with Charles Darwin,
right,
and if people follow Charles Darwin on this, one of the issues I would have with their way of thinking is
intuition and personal realization. Key differences.
Put in adaptation and evolution in the same category, right? They are very distinct. Are they related? Yes. But they're very distinct, different things, right?
Okay.
Adaptation deals with traits. Evolution deals with species. So when let's go back to the lion. When you say, if I take 10 lions and take them to the mountain, right, and they get the traits, right, that's adaptation. The fact that they're still lions proves that they never evolved. Now, if you'd have took them 10 lions, they went to the mountains and they came back birds or some another type of species, that's evolution. The fact that they're still lions show you that they just adapted. They didn't evolve. So that would be the pushback that I would give you on when you're trying to break down the adaptation and the evolution. Are they connected? Yes. Are they the same? No.
So you get to you watch this. First of all, you get to adaptation by way of natural selection, which is actually Charles Darwin's theory. He had a theory of evolution by way of natural selection. So you have to define the word evolution. The word evolution is simply change in the gene pool over time, or change in the genes over time. That's all it is. It's simply change over time. So adaptation is actually a mechanism within evolution. Once again, natural selection, right, will push you to adaptation. So the core of evolution is adaptation. Watch this, by way of natural selection. You can go to any University of Worth and ask a professor, they're going to tell you that you're fundamentally wrong. You will come back to this conversation after you look it up and say, damn, I got that wrong, you was right. So inside of evolution is genetic drift, adaptation, horizontal gene transfer, You know what I'm saying? That's all in evolution. There's different mechanisms. There's different reasons why a mechanism or organism will evolve over time. What's the mechanism? Was it natural selection? It's more than just natural selection. But that was Charles Darwin's initial idea. Since then, based off of that, humans have learned more because guess what? They stand on the shoulder of Charles Darwin, and then they can add in adaptation. Then they can add in horizontal gene transfer or the few other mechanisms. I think it's 5 mechanisms. It escapes me right now. But my point is, you cannot go to a university and stand up because I'm hoping y'all brothers and sisters one day will go and stand in front of college classes, right? And do what I do and tell them they're going to go look it up in the biology department. So you can't say nothing. Yeah, that's like I said, if you was to say Copernicus, right? We know he's attached to the heliocentric model. And all the things that are attached to it, it means you would have to understand that. So adaptation, to say adaptation is not part of evolution, that don't make no. You're thinking about a person who walks to a colder climate and adapts to it. That remember, evolution occurs in the population, not in the individual. You can adapt to an environment, but that's not adaptation that occurs in the gene pool. And the genes has to get transferred to that to that organism, and that organism has to have valuable offspring and so forth and so forth. It's important, man. It's a complicated subject matter, bro. And I don't expect y'all to get.
I just want to point out that you just said at the end, all that roundabout when you said, "Oh, you can go somewhere and you can adapt," but that's not evolution. I just said that.
Yeah, but that's not evolution. I thought we were talking.
I just said that. So everything you said in the beginning of what you just said is null and void because what you just said, when you go somewhere and you adapt to the environment, that's not evolution.
So, but that okay.
This is why Charles Darwin was wrong.
No, they wouldn't. No.
Adapts to an environment does not mean it evolves.
We're talking about two different words.
Yes, it does.
No, it does not.
Whoa. Hold on. No. Hold on, King J. We right here. Hold on.
Trying to bandwagon. Go on.
Just hold on for a minute. Hold on for 1 second.
I'm trying to correct y'all, brother. That's all.
No, hold on. Let me say that. I'm gonna let you jump in, King J. So listen. I was talking about Charles Darwin theory of evolution. If you're just talking about us going to a place and adapting to it, meaning slaughter some animals, put on some heavy fur, that's adapting to it. That's cultural adaptation. I'm talking about when we use the word adaptation in conjunction with Charles Darwin, that's part of the evolutionary thing. That's natural selection gives rise to adaptations. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. Now, if you was just, then you shouldn't even have mentioned the adaptation if you was only talking about going to an area and adapt there because you figured you change your food and all that, whatever. That's a different conversation.
All right, so then let me.
Now hold up 1 second, humble. Let me say this. Hold on, King J. I just want to get in there and say this.
King J was next.
Okay. Well, King J, give me 1 second. Let me say 1 second.
Because hold on, because Unc is right. The adaptation of that is evolution. Going to another place, staying for a long time, that is evolution over a long period of time, right? Mm-hmm. So the gene, right, the adaptation, so the gene that we have today, right? Say the lion
goes over,
King
J, we couldn't hear you.
Hold on, don't cut me. The lion goes to a different environment, right? Over time, that's evolution, right? The adaptation over time is the evolution. So evolution is adaptation over a long period of time because the gene over a long period of time evolves. So they work hand in hand. So you can't say, well, the lion didn't evolve. Yes, it did. If the lion stays in that environment over a long period of time, it will evolve. Just like the initial, so when the brother gave the example of the many lions having different coats, and the browns, the tan lion lived longer because it was able to blend in with the Sahara, right? And that became the standard, right? So let's just say that brown skin lion goes to another environment, right? Over a period, if it stays for a long period of time, that's called evolution. The gene adapting in the environment over a long period of time. Go.
First off, you can't say anything is ever. You can't, if you're speaking of one species, and you take that species to another environment and it stayed that species, you cannot call that evolution. Because
say it again, bro.
Okay.
Say it again, Humble. What you saying?
I can say I'm gonna put an example like this, right?
Okay,
hold up,
we know the whale. We know. Hold on, really fast. I got you. We know the whale was an animal that came from the land onto the water. What remained consistent about the whale? The whale remained a mammal. The whale never changed species.
Exactly, you're right. But
so
now
then the whale never evolved. It just adapted to the environment.
The gene.
Now,
the gene.
If the whale would have evolved,
no, let him talk. That's a good point. That's a great point, bro.
If the whale would have evolved, it would have changed to another species in the water. The same thing with flying squirrels. Just because flying squirrels fly, that don't mean they're anything other than flying squirrels. They still flying squirrels. This is why, again, I'm gonna say it again, because for the people that study Charles Darwin, they must have missed this part. This is why Charles Darwin was incorrect. He had to go back because he had to realize evolution and adaptation are linked, but they are not the same. That's why he was wrong.
All right. So you just made my point, though. You said the whale. So are you saying that the whale?
The bomb squad is on the rise, baby.
Oh, hold on, man. Come on with that, Saul. Stop that.
Yeah, man. Promote the bomb squad, brother.
All right, got you. But wait a minute, bro. All right. So was you saying, a Humble, was you saying that the whale was on land like a whale, yo?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Come on, bro. See, that's the point. It did change. Absolutely, all the way to an aquatic animal that could survive, that could adapt to a different environment. And based off the adaptations, based off of natural selection, the adaptations allow us to stay on the water longer with lungs over time. Its legs went from legs to a fin. Legs and fins are basically the same thing. It got the same amount of bones in it. Right from the shoulder bone and the hip bone, same amount of bones. One bone, two bones, many bones. It's the same thing. So it did change species. It absolutely did. To the species, it never stopped being a mammal, but it changed from a four-legged animal to an animal with fins and can stay on the water and and be aquatic and eat the food out of the ocean. So see, that very example you gave proves my point.
All right, hold on. Let me get Rakufu in here.
Evolution don't mean you change species neither, yo, just for the record. Just
sometime when I be trying to speak, I don't be trying to go all that with both of you, everybody that listens, even King J. I just wanted to, because Ankh had made a statement saying that the heliocentric would have been with Copernicus, but that's halfway true, because Aristarchus 1,000 years before him was the first to propose the heliocentric. So we need to know who Aristarchus of Samos of the Greeks was before we know about a Copernicus. Go ahead.
No, good point. I just gave something everybody may have been familiar with. That's all.
And I know you did. And I just wanted to add, not even all that. I wanted to just say, don't forget Aristarchus. Go ahead.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, great point.
All right, hold on. I want to come back to that, but I also want to get back to the natives, man. I got to get back to the natives a little bit, and then we could get back to some of that, the evolution and stuff like that.
Yeah, go back to the natives.
So, are you saying that you don't believe or you don't know that there are so-called African Americans here who also have Native American blood, brother, who are indigenous to this land? You don't feel that?
No, that's all African Americans. There's an ethnogenesis between indigenous Native population, indigenous Africans from the continent of Africa, and Europeans. That is the African American. That's the ethnogenesis.
You've seen my DNA, and it connected me right here to America. You've seen it.
Listen, I just said it. I said there's an ethnogenesis that creates the African Americans. That's the Native American population, the European population, and indigenous Africans.
Everything is not pseudo. Let me go right here with this clip right here. Tell me what you think.
No. That's what he's saying.
Black peoples live, build.
Listen.
Before this nation was named, indigenous black peoples lived, built, and governed here. The great world's fairs were remnants of their cities. Across this nation once stood many centers of black commerce, not one Wall Street, but many. These communities were connected by trade, by innovation, by grand world fairs.
Are you serious?
They represented an older world still alive, and that continuity frightened those who sought control. So those centers were dismantled, their prosperity erased by the very forces that later claimed to civilize this nation. The word American describes the people of the copper-colored race, its original heirs, the original nobility of this.
Hey, yo, somebody said this is AI.
AI, son.
It
Yeah,
is.
bro. I was about to say, when did Kennedy
you
ever
gotta
give this
stop that,
message?
yo.
When
All right,
Kennedy ever dropped that?
Hold on,
Yeah,
hold
he
on.
ain't never dropped no crazy. Come on, man.
He
Hold on.
never dropped that.
Let me go to something that's not AI then.
A great change is at hand.
The fact that John F. Kennedy embraced the concept of civil rights, not just for the United States, but
Yeah,
for
this
the
AI
world.
shit getting
He
crazy.
was the hallmark of
Yeah, you
such.
supposed to know that was crazy.
In fact, I would even say that it was his activities with civil rights that probably led to his death.
Why do you say JFK was killed because of civil rights?
Because I think that
Let me move it up to him, to JFK going in.
out there, and I got fairly close to the truck that he was on. It was unusual.
This ain't AI though. Watch this.
I mean, what they got to do with the conversation?
Well, I'm gonna listen.
free.
Kennedy, the senator, had followed the boycotts and Supreme Court victories that ended segregation. But that was from a distance. Kennedy, the president, was forced to pay closer attention, according to presidential historian Douglas Brinkley.
When the African Americans backed in 1960 John F. Kennedy, it's a big constituency for him now, and you have to feed your constituents.
By 1962, reaction to the civil rights protests erupted in violence across the South. Nowhere more chilling than in Birmingham, Alabama.
Birmingham has become Birmingham.
Crazy. Yeah. All right. That's not what I want to go to. I'll go to this one.
So your tribe,
Cherokee.
Okay.
North
Now, what you were saying about the African thing?
Okay. Now, just say when I was growing up in the South, North Carolina, I never heard anything about African and black. I always heard about Indian.
So when did African come to play?
Well, I'll say lately, not very,
60s,
very,
70s?
yeah, 60s,
What
70s.
roots, around roots time?
Right.
So you think it was like a mind control thing that they put into it?
Yes.
Really?
That's what I believe, because I still don't believe.
How old are you, man?
80.
What's your name?
Marie.
Huh?
Marie.
Okay, my name is, I don't want to say my name on, but my name is Ahanu. Ahanu means friend to everyone in Algonquin.
Okay, now my mother, that's why I still say, I don't mind, I do say I'm black, but my mother was born in Louisiana. Now she was French and Indian.
Okay, yes. But the Indian side was black.
Black.
That's right.
My mother's black.
Wow.
She wasn't French.
She was Indian. She was Indian. What,
that's Creole.
Nazi? You know, was Nazi Indian or just what tribe do you don't know?
I don't know.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Okay, I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I mean, what's that point?
Now, do y'all disagree? Do y'all disagree with the elder?
I'm gonna be all the way. I'm gonna be all the way honest.
Be all the way out. Yeah.
People don't like me for being this honest.
Go ahead.
If you 80 years old from South Carolina and you don't know what tribe you from, you ignorant. She was ignorant. She don't know no better, man. She don't know no better. She ain't never read no history book, man. She's talking about if you was on the South eating hot water cornbread, eating Mississippi clay mud, stuff like that. Yeah, you don't know that the Romans created the word Africa as we have it today. Like that, of course she doesn't know this stuff. Like, and I don't expect her to.
Right, I'm not holding
her accountable.
I gotta get some Indians up in here now.
Yeah, like not even no Indians. Let's get some real Native Americans who don't use the word Indian because they know that they're not from India. Let's get that first.
Hey, sa.neter, you make that mistake, right? When we talking about a scientific explanation of something, right? Your grandmother, your grandfather, a lady 80 years old, a child at 12 years old, brother, everybody else, none of that actually matters in a scientific conversation. What matters is the data that's being produced, and can it be backed by retestable things? Can we retest what she said? Can we look at the data? That so your eyes, your ears, your five senses are horrible in a scientific conversation, and that's the hurdle. That's the hurdle, right? How do I explain to people who are 30 years old, 25 years old, that your five senses is horrible for putting together this scientific data? You looking at me like I'm crazy. Wait a minute, bro. I wake up, I see, that's how I drive. Yo, I smell the food don't smell right, so I don't eat it. I hear a bear in the background, so I run, or somebody shoot a gun, I hear it, I duck. What the hell are you talking about? Right. Look it up. Your five senses. Science didn't take off until humans learned to replace our five senses by either creating a whole new sense or tools and equipment that will replace our senses. This is what I'm trying to push to the next generation, yo. You can look at a person and say, that's a black person. Yeah, yo, dark skin, copper skin, but that doesn't mean that person, just because that person got the same skin color, don't mean that person is related to you.
All right, let me go with this.
Most African Americans believe that the majority of their DNA has roots in Africa, while the remaining has roots in Native American tribes and Europe. This is often backed by genetic studies that reveal that African Americans have 73.2% African DNA, 24% European DNA, and 0.8% Native American DNA. This makes everyone believe that they are majorly descendants of black slaves. But what if we tell you that it's wrong? You have been intentionally told so. In fact, studies reveal that about 98% of African Americans have Native American roots. So, why were you lied to, and what do they want to hide? Would have never heard that tens of millions of native black Americans, or rather Indians, used to live before Christopher Columbus came to America. However, immediately after 1492, all of them disappeared. But where did they all go? Well, many were shipped to Europe and Africa as Indian slaves. That's when we realized that the story we have been taught about the slave trade is actually backward. Instead of a massive influx of...
Oh, God damn, what do you think about that? Oh,
yeah, that's pseudoscience.
I know it's AI voice. I know that already. We all know that voice. Everybody uses that voice. But,
yeah, that's pseudoscience. That's pseudoscience.
About the history that he's dropping.
No, he's not dropping history. That's Tariq Nasheed in them package right there. That's pseudoscience right there.
Damn, Uncle, yo, come on.
Hey, wait,
yeah, that's not grounded in reality, bro.
If we look at the genetic and historical data that's out there, the average African American typically has a significant majority of African ancestry. On average, it's often estimated that about 70 to 80% of their ancestry is of African origin. The remaining percentage, blah blah blah.
Yeah, European and Native American, but even with that, that doesn't make you an indigenous African. Right. And see, that's what the other side messed that up. Yeah. Right. So we have a ethnogenesis. Understand what an ethnogenesis is. Ethnogenesis is the genesis, the beginning. The beginning is the start of. So the start of our ethnic group is a combination of different continental Africans that were shipped from Africa, bro.
Well, guess what?
And brought to America.
This gonna make you mad right here.
No, it's not gonna make me mad. I'm not mad at that. I know silly when I hear it.
I am not African,
Me neither. Me neither. So I'm not African either. Starting that up.
All right, but listen, I am not African, but I'm not saying I don't have African blood in me. I have the indigenous blood. I have Spanish blood. All right. And I have African blood. So there you go. I'm not just one thing. And that's what all of y'all trying to do is make it look like, oh, we all.
So what you call yourself, Si?
Yeah, that's not true. Si, politically American you know better than any of us, Si.
I call myself a man. That's all.
Right.
That's fine, sir.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but no one runs around and say they're African, yo.
We are totally different, brother.
I agree. With sa.neter, well, why don't with sa.neter? We agree. We speak a different dialect. We speak African American vernacular, yo. We have a whole different culture, bro. So we are not continental Africans, yo.
Like we're not Jamaicans or we're not Caribbean.
Right, we ain't none of that. We African Americans, bro. What are you talking about?
Nah, we ain't no
Okay.
African Americans, man.
All right, okay. I mean, that's we are.
You go
Now,
about he came
I
up
think
with
African descended America. What the brother
man. All
Assault
y'all
tried to come
coming up with Jesse Jackson came up with.
ADA.
I'm melanated, man. I don't know about all that.
no, okay. I agree with Ankh on the ethnic genesis. Yeah, we have developed and became a new people on this land.
Mm-hmm.
Now we can I think we can all
said, brother.
Yeah, that's the first step. We can agree right there. Okay, cool. Let's get to that step first. Now the second step that we didn't all agreed on, that is, what is the culture of the person over here? Because too many of the people on this land, they pulling on Haitian culture. They pulling on voodoo. They pulling on Yoruba. They pulling on Santeria. They pulling on a lot of other people. If we are new people, like we saying, we find ourselves pulling on all of these other people's culture. What is our culture? The question is it slave culture? Is it hog mogs and chitlins and
what it really is?
And is it slave culture? We got what is our culture?
It is mixed with slave culture, though. I agree.
No, that's the base of it.
No, I was just about to say
that's
that.
the unfortunate
Our
part.
people.
Is that a problem?
See, here's what people fail to realize after the
Yo,
abolishment.
Chad, you keep coming in and out. Chad.
Right. We didn't have a foundation like how when the Holocaust happened and the Jews came to America, they had a foundation to restart, to keep everything they had. When they let us go from slavery, we didn't have a foundation. They let us go like cattle. We had to build things. We had to literally reconstruct a culture because we literally was kept from knowledge from the rest of the world, and the knowledge we had before them was stripped away from us. So the only knowledge that we had before they let us go was the knowledge that they gave us, which was very little. They gave us the Bible and a cross and the word and the N-word, and they told us to go out and do something. Like, so everything that we accumulated up until present day was our own.
Where you from, Humble? Where you from, Humble?
Baltimore, Maryland.
Hey, Humble, you don't know me, yo?
No, you know me? I don't know.
Man, Bobby West, yo?
I don't know, bro.
You ever heard of Sean Love?
Sean Love. Yo, I used to run in the streets back in the day, bro. I don't know.
You know, I'm from Baltimore too.
you know Perkin Projects?
No, I'm from Hilltop.
Oh, see, Perkin Projects. I was a project kid, bro. I used to run.
Yeah, you down there. But finish your point though.
Oh, but my point was, these when they let us go, we didn't have a foundation to reconstruct our language and our culture that we previously had, because all of that was stripped from us. So we had to build one out of nothing. And that was my point. I land my plane there.
Monkey wrench for you real quick though. Because we all sat here and agreed that we was here before Columbus, which means we was here before slavery.
Yeah, I didn't agree with that.
What was the culture? Okay. What was the culture then? And why didn't we retain it if we was here before slavery? Why didn't we just keep our culture that we had over here in America after slavery? If we were here.
And the reason that is because it was suppressed by the Europeans that came here, right? So when they came to the native people here, right, everybody know they called them savages, right? And so what did they do to the native people here? They civilized them. So again, they took away their spiritual practice, because what they do, what the brothers say yesterday, they called that pagan, and then they said, well, here's something more holy. You see what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna get a side. We gotta talk on. I gotta do another breakdown on your panel about the word pagan and the history of pagan, bro. Because
those is outside of Christianity.
Hey, Humble, pagan ain't always bad. It's just from the old.
It's outside of Christianity. That's all.
I know, but that's why I landed my plane right there, because
pagan is just a title, man. It's just a title.
Yeah, the Christians called you a pagan if you ain't believe in Christ. You was a pagan.
Yeah, but guess what? Everybody in the world is a pagan. Everybody in the world is a pagan. To the Muslims, if you're not a Muslim and you ain't take your shahada, you're a goddamn pagan.
No.
No,
See
they
that?
say they call you something different. They don't call you
They
faggot.
say you a paparoon.
The original term for
They
the original
call
word
you a papa.
right? When it was used, it just meant civilian. It was a military term, right? That the people in the military used to identify civilians. Only later, when the Catholics came, they took that term because they looked at themselves as the militia of Christ. So they took that term
I
and they
like that,
started
Short. I
using
like
that
it.
term for people who were non-Christian. That's
But
how that term
humble, would you
became
say
for
that, King?
non-Christians.
Would you say
Yeah,
that
send
that
that,
is from
send
the
that
old
source.
country as well?
What? Yeah, send that
Because
source. I just want to
the
see the source of
definition
that.
is from the old country.
Yes, they're
Yeah.
villages. They village
You got
dwellers.
an etymology
That's what
dictionary?
it meant.
Hey, let me bring
Yeah,
on
village dweller.
Chad right quick. Chad, what's up, brother?
Peace. What up, sir?
What's happening?
I just wanted to say, Unc said something real important, sir, and I think y'all missed it. He was saying the genetic makeup of African Americans, of like Black Americans, it consists of West African, indigenous, and European ancestry. That's like a fact. Like that's our genetic makeup. I think what happens is when people claim that African Americans have always been here and that we're actually indigenous people, you're asking us to side with you over the Human Genome Project. The Human Genome Project has already confirmed this is like a coalition of scientists across the world that they can use your SNPs, your single nucleotide polymorphisms in your DNA and determine your genetic makeup. So when you do a DNA test and it come back that you 80% West African and you 10% European and then you're a sprinkle of native or indigenous ancestry, they not lying. Like that's what you are. But that doesn't mean that you have always been here. That means us as an ethnic group, African Americans, have the genetic makeup of the history of America, which includes the transatlantic slave trade, the persecution of indigenous people, and European settlers. So that's why when you do a DNA test as a Black American, that's the genetic makeup you'll see.
All right. Hey, yo, Asiatic. See, it's stupid stuff like this that gets you blocked, man, on my channel. Uncle Golfing says the natives of America had homosexual cultures.
They did.
So why would you want to be a part of them?
No, all humans have homosexuality.
Yeah, so what are you talking about?
That's not a nice. It's not everybody. Yeah, it's not everybody, but a small
Right.
portion
You
of the
telling me that
population.
black people ain't got no homosexual culture going on?
Yeah, he
What
tripping.
are you talking about, Asiatic?
He wild out.
Yeah,
So let me add this. So I want to get this straight. Just for the record, when Homo sapiens left Africa, right? They took bits and pieces of their culture with them. But once you move to another environment, you can't retrofit your culture because there's different food sources, different flora, right? Different animals. So you develop a culture in that environment. So the African Americans were stripped of their culture, right? It's some things you just can't take away from a person. Some things, even if you don't tell them about it, they're gonna have some of them things with them. So the African American, we set at the best spot. Y'all say it's slave culture. I'm saying that slave culture was like a damn vaccine for us because it gave us the antibodies to deal with colonialism later on when we see it again, like right now. And so I don't have a problem with the slave culture because we developed a unique culture in America, and it is a culture. Right, and we take bits and pieces from West and Central Africa, the way we worship, the way we song and dance, the hip hop, all that is part of that. We actually brought food with us. I mean, we brought seeds, and so we planted some of our indigenous crops. Look it up. So African American culture is a very unique culture with the antibodies of colonialism that you call slave culture. Absolutely, that's why they can't tell us anything. That's why we're on this damn platform saying stuff the average African American don't even understand. That's because we have developed a culture of resistance that, the Civil War for African Americans was actually a war of resistance. That's what it was. So I'm not mad at slave culture, which was really a culture of resistance to colonial powers and forces. They didn't let us out of slavery. We broke out of slavery. I just want to add that to the
But
conversation for now.
with culture, you need food, You need a certain type of sound as far as your music.
Yeah.
You need ritualistic practice.
Facts.
Language. Usually language. Well, we got a slight little language with the way that we talk our slang.
Yeah, it's real. Look it up. It's called African American dialect.
Ebonics.
No, I don't want to say that. I just want to say it's not. Don't you only got to use the word Ebonics.
Okay.
We got our own dialect. African American vernacular. The way we speak is totally different. Just check it out. Go ahead. Go ahead to your point.
You need a certain type of apparel, a look. What does these people wear?
Yep.
So can you cover those? What is our song? What is our food?
Look in the camera, bro. Look at you. Look at the way when you get up in the morning. Look at the way you dress, yo. That's it. Y'all
what you
push the
say?
culture.
But that can't occur in a single organ. Which you said earlier. This can't happen in a single person. We need as a whole. Can't just
over
be me.
time. No, I'm saying over time we develop a unique culture. It takes time. Right? Our style, African American style. Matter of fact, they copy our culture around the world, yo. That's how spectacular our culture is. If it wasn't a culture, matter of fact, the greatest thing you can do for a culture is copy their culture, yo. The Japanese, all of them, look, the young kids, they copy our culture. That's how you know you got a culture when people copy the damn culture.
But
That's
even the development of the hip hop culture we share with the Latino culture. That's why Fat Joe said that he could say the N-word, ain't it? Because they was right there with us.
I know, but guess what? They was right there with us practicing African American culture, yo.
I was watching the video yesterday with Tekashi 6ix9ine, and Tekashi 6ix9ine came up straight up and said, "Ain't nobody gonna stop me from saying nigga. Nobody." He said, "I come from Brooklyn. Ain't nobody stopping me." I was like, "Damn, this little dude here."
I know, but how that fit into what I just said, though, sir?
Huh?
How that fit with what we just said?
No, because the brother was just saying something about the culture, about what Fat Joe said.
Yeah, like that hip hop culture that we claim. Even if you go back to Run DMC with the Adidas and the gold links, all that, we were sharing that with the Latinos. Matter of fact, a lot of our even as far as our culture that we even have today will share with the Latino all the way down to selling drugs.
No, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
Let me say
what
something.
you say makes sense. But I think you need to understand that those youth that was in Brooklyn, they was actually practicing African American culture.
Yeah.
Because they was in America, right? And they was around people of color, and they was practicing African American culture. They was right there with us. And as a matter of fact, give them their portion, though. See, culture ain't just a monolith one thing, right? There's several pieces that will come together to form a culture called African American culture. So I don't have a problem. I'm never taking away the Latino aspect of hip hop and the part that they added to it, giving them their propers, yo.
Okay, let me say this. Who created the word y'all? The word y'all was created and developed primarily by African Americans, specifically through African American Vernacular English, AAVE, in the U.S. South. European Americans later adopted and spread it, but they did not originate it. So we originated the word y'all. Be proud that we can say y'all instead of you all. We made that, and it's in the dictionary, and it's official now.
That's tough. I didn't know that.
Yeah, look. Hey, do me a favor, yo. While you got your search engine up, look up African American vernacular, yo, and see what it is.
Okay,
It's serious.
AAVE. Okay.
Yeah, look it up. AAVE. There you go. And let the audience know what that is, yo. I think that's important. So we have so is it a problem? I think the important part is that what African American culture is about 300 years old. So the difference between all the way back then and now is you actually know when your culture started. If you would go to the continent or some ancient societies, they wouldn't have known when their culture actually started. Because what? They didn't have radio, they didn't have video, they didn't have writing and none of that. Reading and writing to even document these events. But humans been going through these events, reshaping culture since the beginning of time, man.
So AAVE actually is in plain definition, a structured dialect of English shaped by West and Central African language patterns, early English dialects spoken during slavery, centuries of black communities, use, and innovation.
So there you go. So you know language is culture, right? So we bring West African sound patterns, West and Central African sound patterns, and we modernize it using European English. There you go. There you have it. That verifies my point. Yep. That's a shift right there for us to get that. That's important. So culture don't gotta be like the ancient. So where do y'all think the ancient Egyptians got their culture from? They got their culture from a culture that predate them.
Of
And
course,
they
it
changed and
came up to
modified
now.
it.
I would say
Yeah,
Yep.
Nubia.
absolutely.
Yep. So they come out, watch this, they come out the Green Sahara. The Green Sahara culture ain't fit for a river. They had lakes in the Green Sahara. So they developed a lake culture, right, with greenery.
Lake
So they had
Victoria.
pastoral culture. Yeah, so by the time you get to the river with crocodiles and all kind of fast moving river, desertification, you gotta form a culture there to survive in the desert.
Hold
Can't
up,
survive on a
hold up,
fast moving river.
You said that, you said that without thinking. Remember, they found whale bones in that desert, so they had to have an ocean.
Yeah, that's the
But that
Tech in the
would
ocean.
have
That's
been
the Tech in the
before
ocean.
there
That's
were
big.
people there, though. That's the
Yeah.
Tethys Sea.
Yeah, it's the
There
Tech
wasn't
and
no
Sea. That's
people
right.
during the Tethys Sea
Right,
era.
right, right. That's millions of years ago. Yo, you funny with that one. They call it Wadi Sor, the place of whales, the place of whales, Wadi Sor. Absolutely. You absolutely right with that, bro. I hear you though. I hear you with sense.
That's what
I
that
hear you.
bullcrap argument was over the
Go
other day.
get him. Oh yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
hey,
yeah.
hey,
Uh-huh.
I got a question for you.
What's up?
Then this not no gotcha moment, right?
Yeah, I could be wrong. Go ahead. I don't mind.
No,
Go
it
ahead.
ain't even about right or wrong. It's
All right, go
about
ahead.
the theory of your man Darwin and how you hang on Darwin. And it's nothing against you because you only hanging on the information. But I'm dealing with the person because the person Darwin, I did some reading up on him last night. His whole precept, his whole thing about us, the person who you hanging on was saying that you was sub-level when you he got one
Was
part
what?
of it right. Let me finish. He got
Yeah,
one
go
part of it right, but he got the big part of it wrong, us as human beings. So when you hang on, Darwin, I can understand you hanging on to the information, but I can't understand that you would, up him as someone
Got a
that we
question for
might
you.
want to tag along with him, because along with his theory came a lot more scientists and even people look like us who discovered the leakies. They wasn't looking like us, but it's a lot more people that got theory off. So all I'm saying is this right here.
That's a question,
Darwin
right?
didn't consider us human.
So then, okay, so let's
He set the
make it.
template
Let's make
for
it.
us for the racial stuff. He definitely set the template for the racial mistreatment of the
And that's
African
why I
people.
said, Uncle, ain't no knock against
No,
you because you
I
only
think
going with the information.
no, y'all got that confused. Y'all mixing it up.
Not
So
me. I
yeah,
know what I
yeah.
read last
No,
night.
no, you mixed that up. And
No, I
I
didn't
would
mix
like to read.
nothing up, man.
So listen what I'm saying. I would
Go
have to
ahead.
read. I would just have to read what you read. Let me address what we see it. So that's called social Darwinism, and that was produced after Darwin's death. Had nothing to do with Darwin, and it is a misrepresentation of Charles Darwin's theory. So I would like to get this straight. When you go to the hospital and you're sick, and your doctor heals you and sew you up and get you on your way, and you're there with your children and you made it, he could have been a outright wild ass coon from the moon that came to earth too soon. But when he do his job, he do his job. So I'm actually not concerned about what Charles Darwin thought. I'm concerned about the scientific theory he produced that would counter what you just said, Elder Suntan. Because what he said was that all humans that all people on planet Earth are humans. As a matter of fact, he's the first person to say that indigenous people are on par with everybody else. Remember, he's the first person to say that. They were saying that no. We subpar, we can't think. He was like, no. He said, remember, he started out with the thought you just said, because it's a colonial thought where European culture is the best. So I agree, he started out with that. But once he did his scientific work for 5 years, and it took him 5 years to circumnavigate the globe, and he started to come in contact with other quote unquote people of color, and he recognized that those people were just as intelligent as European. And he no longer thought that European had the best culture. He simply said European culture was European culture. These indigenous people had their own culture. They did not need to have European culture. So I suggest you continue your reading. Send me what you read so we can check that out, bro. And by the
Well,
way, he
he could
never came to the
present it.
United States
Look, you
because
part
he
right.
didn't support slavery.
I
Listen,
was saying he
you
set
are
the
part
template.
right. He didn't outright call us. Present what I put up there, Si, so we can get understanding.
Yeah, what's the name of the document?
It's a documentary. Just 1 second. Charles Darwin did not explicitly call black people animals, but he did hold and expressed racist views common to his era, clarifying different non-European people as savages or lower races, that they were less involved than the civilized white races. His writing contributed to the development of scientific racism.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, what's the name of who
That's
wrote that? Who wrote
exactly
the
what I
piece?
just said too. He set the
Yeah, you said
template
that.
for the racism.
Hold on. His
No,
book
who
in
wrote the piece?
1871, the
The
Descendant
what?
of Man and Selection of Relation to Sex. Darwin applied his theories to natural selection to humans and induced the ideal of sexual selection within this work. So
No.
I'll have to go back and pull it up.
Yeah,
I
go
got a
back, bro.
whole study log, man. I just thought about you
Question.
once do you know
Got a
how you
question for
always
you.
know I do my research.
I got a
So I
question
thought
for
about
you.
you.
Why
Huh?
not just go? Why not just go to the website that house all his writings? That way you can hear what the man said.
Listen, this is how I do my research. Everybody got their
No,
own
no, no,
methodology.
no, no. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying is if you picked a religious person to write about Charles Darwin, yo, they're gonna have a different spin on him. If you picked a blackologist to write about Charles Darwin, they're gonna have a different spin on it. Why not you, the researcher, get a primary documentation written by Charles Darwin and see what he says about it? That's
Well,
all I'm
man,
saying, bro.
I have no problem with that. But here's the thing: the tools at my disposal seems to work for me at this moment. Like I said, we all have our methodology.
Okay, so what's the
Listen,
name of
let
the
me
person?
finish, bro. Let me finish.
I just say, what's the name of the person that wrote it? That's all I'm saying.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I got to get back to it, but like
All right.
I'll get back to it and I'll get with you on it. But the thing is, I asked a question, and I asked a question in this platform, and it get different commentaries. So I will get you the source.
Yeah, but I think to speak to Wasia's point that he did not lay the foundation. His second cousin Galton misunderstood Charles Darwin theory and started eugenics. You can't blame Darwin for his cousin messing it up, man. Like that didn't make no sense.
Well,
And
I ain't blaming
King
him.
J.
I ain't blaming him. That's just like, but it's the equivalent of the Bible laying the foundation for a lot of the pseudo racist stuff that happened
That's
5 years out of slavery.
right.
It laid the foundation. They used that as a template. It was a useful tool in his quest for that pseudoscience of racism. Just the same thing how they used the Bible. It acted as a tool. It ain't my fault. It ain't, like you said, it ain't his fault. They used his work as a tool.
But it was a template.
Yeah, but scientific racism predates Charles Darwin, though.
Okay, well,
I agree. Going all the way back to the Romans and going back to the Greeks and the early Arabs. Yes, absolutely.
This wasn't no gotcha moment.
They didn't have a concept of race. The Romans and the Greeks didn't.
Racial climate. Hold on, wait. No, I don't know about the Romans, but the Greeks and the Arabs definitely share racial climate theory, and they had the belief that if you were from Europe, that you were a very cold type of people. You lacked emotion, but you were a very warrior type of. You were a very warrior type of person. You were very militant. If you were from hotter climates like Africa, then you were a very laid back people. You were a very quote unquote horny person, and you were lazy, very prone to slavery. But if you was in the Midian, so if you was quote unquote the Middle East, you were seen as the perfectly balanced person. Philo builds on this. What's my man name out of Kemet? What was their names? So I don't know why it ain't.
So what's the name of the theory? So we can
Ptolemy built on this.
Hey, when I put you on the big screen,
they built on that idea.
When I put you on the big screen,
so we can do it.
When I put you on the big screen, I'm letting you know it's your turn to speak, King J. So when y'all get on that big screen, you know it's your time.
Okay, I'm here. I was waiting for, the conversation was open, so I was waiting for a topic that I like. So
you can start a new topic if you want, and have people.
Man, we just want to hear what it was he said. He said something was important.
I say, put together another presentation, brother. That joint was fire. People was calling me, man.
You said do what?
Put together another presentation. The people was calling me about that.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna definitely matter of fact, since we build it how we build it, and this will be more scientific too. I'm definitely probably finna bring out the fact that it was the Arabs and the Greeks who developed the Hermetic theory. Who developed the early Hermetic theory, racial climate theory, and gave birth to the curse of Ham. I'm gonna go in on that, and how they.
So it's called the
That's where that
racial
thought comes
climate
from.
theory. Okay, that's what it's called.
Yes, racial climate theory. Look
Okay, the
that up.
racial climate theory. I got you. All right, let me see what that is. Kind of heard of him. I'm gonna look it up and see. Hey,
Told you,
King J, you was
yo,
trying to make a point
you
though.
could join the bomb squad. Oh,
Definitely get the
What's the
bomb
word,
squad.
No, you thought that wow.
yo,
You thought
come on over and join the bomb squad, man.
What?
Come on, man. I'm the manager, man.
No,
We
I don't gotta join them. I don't gotta join nothing. I don't gotta join nothing. We
Man,
gotta
you
be able to
already
fight
got.
together.
So
We
how
don't
come
gotta
you got
join.
pseudo
Got their
squad?
own lane.
Well, how come you got
They got their own line. And you
why you ain't got
disrespectful
nothing to say
again.
about Darwin?
Disrespectful. Disrespectful.
I'm funny.
That's all right, so I got you, yo. I got you, so I'll develop a name for you.
Oh man, don't
I
do
got
that, brother. Don't do
Nah, nope. Nah, I got
you. You know I be joking with you, brother. Stop it, man. Come on.
You just said it twice already, so now it's not a joke. It's in the atmosphere now.
All right, I'll take it back,
Yeah.
brother. I'll take it back.
Yeah, my niggas wouldn't even be saying the word pseudo.
All right, go ahead,
Think
King.
about that, bro. They won't even think about that. Go ahead.
Now, I don't know. I don't really
What's the
want to talk
guy
about
name?
the NBA.
No, what's the guy name? What's the guy name, King J? Remember doing Inky thing we was talking about? You was saying the guy didn't agree with Charles Darwin. I said that's not true. He went around and championed Charles Darwin. What was his name, yo?
Lamarckian?
Yeah. Was that Lamarckian? Was that the guy? Or was it the other guy? Remember we was having that conversation?
Wiseman?
Yeah, man. Yeah. What's up?
The gene
What's
barrier
up,
theory?
Wiseman?
The gene barrier theory?
Yeah, what's up with Wiseman? Did he not champion Darwin or not? You said that debunked Darwin's thing. I was like, no, it didn't, because he went around and championed Darwin. Okay. All right.
So I actually learned about scientific theory after that and what the word refinement meant and what the open,
Okay. So I was right.
Yeah.
And you was cheating.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Because you helped him with that nonsense. Now I'm trying to tell you.
But yeah, Wiseman, yeah. It all complements each other. Mendel, Wiseman.
Okay, I like that. Now back to the scientific racism. So I'm gonna ask you, I'm gonna ask you, King J. So Charles Darwin's theory of evolution actually was the scientific data that would topple scientific racism and validate it and make it pseudoscientific.
All right,
So how can you do two things?
All right, hold on for a minute, y'all. I got a caller that called in. This is a brother that want to talk to you, man, and he thinking you up here.
That's black. Whatchamacallit? He ain't got no sense.
Yes, it is. Let's go, indigenous black man. What you got for
He gonna scramble jamble.
Peace and love to everybody. Peace and love to my brother Unc, who's up here lying. Let me tell you something. First off, the origins start with the papal bulls, like I taught y'all. See, I've already done this in the presentation. Y'all need to go and watch it. The origins of this stuff. Hey, look, the origins of this stuff starts. Yeah, the origins of this stuff starts with the papal bulls, son. All right, they was the one justifying this scientific racism. Then in 1452, the first papal bull that was allowing them to go down and enslave the Africans, and in 1493 they allowed them to go and enslave the Native Americans later on under Pope Nicholas the Fifth or Sixth, one of them. But anyway, then you get to the man who created the term African race in Lagos. Okay, Gomez de Zazora. Okay, and he had a book called The Discovery and Conquest of Guinea. If you want to look it up, that's where he said it at. So that's where that comes from. The African race started there. And then it goes to Carl Linnaeus, who started classifying us with the animals and saying that with our people, the Afars, he had, how they had different translations in different books. when they write them one year and then later on they change things in another edition? Well, it started off as fear, and then it turned to Niger, which is Niger, Strong's G3526, which they was calling Barnabas and Simeon in the Bible.
Bring it out.
Niger,
bring it out.
Which means black and Christian. Okay, so that's where it starts right there with Carl Linnaeus. Then it goes to Johann Friedrich Blumenbach, who created the term. Oh, no, I'm not going to say he created the term race. He weaponized the term race. Created the term Caucasian. Created craniometry, which y'all talking about the skull BS. All of this with no science behind it, because the Human Genome Project didn't start until 1990, and it wasn't cracked until Bill Clinton's presidency.
Woo!
Eventually, the more civilized races will exterminate the less civilized races in a short amount of time. That's what he said. Yes, he was racist. And then from neo-Darwinism, which is Galton and Sanger, they put it into action. But you don't know about Malthus and the population control, because see, that's where Darwin got some of his ideas too. But y'all ain't even said Robert Malthus. So just like I said, y'all don't know nothing about what y'all talking about. Y'all just up here rambling. I love all of y'all, but you will stop lying about Darwin. Darwin was a devout racist. He was also a Christian until he was 40. And he never called us monkeys. Well, one of Darwin's famous quotes is, "Whilst, however, well behaved, man is but a monkey shaved."
I wouldn't go say nothing.
I'll be lying on Darwin the whole time.
I wouldn't go say nothing.
Lying on Darwin the whole time.
But
yeah, you a pseudo black. You a pseudo.
I'm not finished. Last thing. And then your boy said the curse of Ham. The boy said the curse of Ham, like he looking like Q Brother and Dave Chappelle had a baby. Let me tell you something. There was never a curse of Ham, you fucking retards.
No cursing, no cursing.
Oh yeah, bro. First, get this nigga off of here, bro.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let him finish.
It was the curse of Canaan, son. And Jesus took the curses away from all of us, becoming the curse for us, becoming the sin for us. According to the scripture, if you will use the scripture, use it right. Now go ahead.
All right, thank you, brother.
Now you cook. Now
get that pseudo out of here.
Always love to everybody in the chat.
Shut up, bro. You done, bro. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time, bro. You're done. So now you finna get this work like you deserve this work. First off, you ignorant, most ignorant Negro I've ever heard come on your show next to Inky. He just got up here and said that the word Niger or nigger, he even tried to put a twang on it, say negar. What's wrong with this man? That he said that comes from the word afar. No, the word afri comes from the word afar. You don't know that? And the Romans got a hold of that term, and from that term they created the word Africa. This was done by early Romans, even people like even the Grecians helped coin this term. It don't have nothing to do with, he even said Christian. He said it means Niger in Christian, like Christian is a language. You heard how retarded he is? He said Christian was a language, family. Then he recommended the strong concordance for it.
Did he say that? Oh.
Yes, he said that.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then on top of that, he recommended the strong concordance when James Strong is not a Semitic linguist. Speaking of the word Semitic, the same guy who he said created the word race, Godfrey, all that he was going in on, that's the same person who created the word Semitic as well.
You forget.
So he wouldn't even have a classification for his language group that the Bible was even written in if it wasn't for that quote unquote for that racist. And then you said it was no curse of Ham. No, it's right, of course, dummy. Biblically, there's no curse of Ham. That's why I said it was Arabs and Greeks who developed the curse of Ham. This is a theory.
Right.
This is actually dealing with science. They're coming from the Hermetic theory. You don't deal with science, you deal with the Bible. That's why you threw Jesus at me. You're you sound dumb.
And
then colonialism did not start with the papal bull. Racism predates the papal bull. Are you serious with yourself, bro? Like these guys that get up here and they embarrass themselves scholastically. That's why you have to go straight to the ad homs.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Alexa.
And he cooked that all in a big conspiracy bucket. He put that all in a conspiracy pressure cooker and he cooked that all up.
I just want to mention the sister's name, Drusilla Dungy Houston. A lot of people don't bring her up, and she was in a time and climb with all that information that she brought, whether some was pseudo. She had a lot of good information, though, and no, I just wanted to say peace to the sister.
Right. Anybody that's coming from our, culture with information, I got to give some ups to. They may not get it right all the time, but I believe they on point. So we got to deal with more of our people coming with information like Thighfield Bingo, people like that, and Sheikh Anadiab. We always go to these European scholars and all these. They did all the work because they had all the resources, man.
Yeah, I better hope the assassinator don't come up here, Apostle, man.
He better not. It ain't a good time for him.
Yeah, you know what he gonna do. I don't think Apostle gonna jump on this right now.
Hey, yo, you in the house now?
Yeah, I'm in the house.
All right, yo. I was gonna shut it down, but if you want to continue, you can continue.
Yeah, if the bros want to keep the conversation going, let's keep it going. Yeah, I think it's
good. Very teachable moments coming up right now. Like I say, Uncle, you always coming with some info. And King J kind of quiet on the Darwin thing, so I don't know what's got you.
He don't know that much. King J don't know that much on the Darwin.
Right. He wouldn't study. He wouldn't. King J wouldn't study it up after that debate like most of us did.
We're gonna get them Bears tomorrow, Suntan.
Well, sometimes
right,
King J is just exhibiting the same amount of growth you've been showing over the last couple of weeks. And now that you went back, did some studying and rewatched the stuff that Enki was doing.
Oh, yeah.
What
No
Enki
doubt.
was doing,
Oh,
that bait and switch. That bait and switch. I'm glad everyone is seeing the bait and switch that Enki was
Rewatch.
doing. And the semantic nonsense that Enki was doing. He was flipping words and conflating and confusing, right? So it created this cloud that if you're not scientifically grounded, if you don't do this stuff fundamentally, he will take you down the road of the flim flam, right?
He made it a show.
Yeah, and I appreciate King J and you, Elder Suntan, for what you guys are doing right now. Is actually going back and going into the nuances and seeing how science is a continuous process of growth, right? So when a hypothesis is falsified, from the moment you can falsify it, you're engaging in science. It is not debunking. Debunking is a term we use lightly.
Right.
It's
That's
not
what I was doing.
Every scientific theory has to have falsibility in it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right.
If
but
you
can't
Cedric,
falsify it, and listen to this, Cedric. This was what threw me off with Inky that got me to going, because he had tried to put a red herring out there. Now, see, when you do that, that is when my flags go up. Why are you jumping subjects and trying to explain something that's not even about? Even though what you might be explaining is right, but it's off topic. So that's what I listen and look for.
So what he was doing was a classic case, what we see in our community, right? We have a soft spot for Africa, we have a sensitivity for Kemet, and we have a reverence for our elders. And he uses that to play on your emotion. He throws the word Kemet in there, he refers to our ancestors, and he throws white man science and use the words black in the appropriate places. This is all a play on your emotion.
Hey, when I called Inky up and I was like, damn, he really tried to get over on us. Was when he used that book, Darwin's book, and tried to say that racism was talking about humans instead of the plants. When I at that point, I was like,
you gotta be a listener to catch that though, Jay. But sa.neter was too smart for him because Sa caught him, and it was on tape when he said, "Now you know what we talking. You talking about the Jesus of the Bible?" And Inky was for sure, but he still shot the red herring right after that. See what I'm saying? So.
Yeah.
That was one of the most weakest moves we ever had in our community, dude. Yeah, that was the weakest move we ever had. He really got on here.
Weak,
and what really hurt my feelings was when he put the AI joint up and tried to act like that was the opening of the mouth ceremony.
Nah, he messed me up with the wave. He's saying that Christ. He said Christ was the waves.
The waves in the metal netter.
So the standing wave thing was so ridiculous. It hurt my gut. You get a standing wave when you pull on a string. You never get a standing wave with words because waves need to actually move through a medium to form. So how can words be a standing wave? That's like
when he tried to attach that to Patah, the logos.
Yeah, he attached that to religion. So that don't match. Science and religion don't match like that.
that was wild, completely unscientific, and completely out of pocket. I mean, anytime you go and look at what a standing wave is, you can never compare that.
Like the video, thumb up the video.
A word is the actual sound. It travels through a medium.
Yeah, but Cedric, you were scared of him. He called you out. You were scared of him, man.
I presented Inky with what he wanted. You wanted a clear definition to argue
evolution. When are you coming through to do your presentation, brother Cedric? And Unc wants you to get into a debate. He said he's ready now. Unc said he's waiting on you to come in, get into a battle session here. Like, why are you scared?
I ain't scared of nothing. You know
the same thing.
What do you want a presentation on?
Unleash, man.
What do you want a presentation on, and who's going to debate me? I've been calling out Asar for the longest while. Asar made a claim about what is it, convergent and divergent evolution.
My goodness, man!
He's supposed to get that one in right here. What happened?
Oh man.
Well, we already know you're scared of my queen, though. So we've been trying to get that in for a long time. Look at you. Look at you laughing. See? No. She'll body you, boy.
Nah. You might have to go ahead and be shorty up, yo.
Yeah. See? That's why he don't want no smoke. He don't want no smoke.
Everybody, you don't get into a lose-lose situation.
Hey,
how you gonna lose? I'm not going, brother. When I do a debate, it's real straight up. I don't do none of that, man.
Like I said, Cedric is scientific, Nepal is spiritual. That ain't gonna work.
Nepal a little bit of both. She got some science to her.
Yeah, but that's Cedric's lane. You see what I'm saying?
True. You know all the
that's Nepal lane too, though.
Okay, if you say so, I ain't gonna say it ain't.
Get us on.
Hey, you know what? You done made a mistake and called up that man's name, and here you go. You done called that man's name.
Hey, son, hit it.
Like Candy Man.
I just called him. I called him on the phone.
Oh, you did?
Mumbo jumbo bumbo. Yeah, this man don't understand what convergent evolution is. It's the wildest thing.
See that? You done called that man's name, and now here you go.
Uh-oh. The Muslim.
Yeah,
uh-oh.
He looking like what's going on?
Rick, you done called that man's name, and there you go.
There you go.
Hey, I was calling you on the phone.
Nah, you know when they say my name, I pop up like the Candy Man, and then they get to dancing in the background,
right,
making excuses about dates and stuff.
So Cedric,
somebody
what
said something about divergent.
Hold on, Asar and Ka. Cedric, what you said you were debate Kasar on?
He was talking about convergent evolution, which one is better for humans. I'm saying he doesn't understand what he's even talking about. So let's get it in.
Oh, so he's saying he's going with conversion evolution.
And I'm saying he doesn't even know what he's talking about.
So he
And I'm
making
saying, yeah, I'm saying not only did they misuse divergent evolution on several occasions, they completely don't know what they're talking about. And I think we was on here, they messed up the theory with the fact. I had to straighten that out for them. But if you want that science lesson, you can come get that science lesson.
Anytime, anywhere, let's set the date now.
Set the title first.
Woo!
What's the title?
Come on, son.
Damn, Cedric calling you out, bro.
What's the title, Cedric?
So the title would be Convergent and Parallel Evolution versus Divergent Evolution, because they think Darwin's theory exists with the gym mules, with all of that. So
gym mules are over with.
Yeah, you definitely gonna need to dig deep. You're gonna need to get into that Cambrian explosion and a couple other things we about to talk about. But I'm in Florida right now. I go to court on the 13th or on the 14th. I should be in town around what day is the 14th, Star? Is that like a Wednesday or Thursday?
Yeah, it's a Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday.
So we probably want to get it in during Thursday, Friday. Let's get it in that Saturday.
That's the 17th.
I got to debate the 17th.
Yeah, I know with me. This your debate right here.
Hold on, who you debating?
This your debate right here.
We're talking about a real debate, son.
Cedric, who you debating?
I'm debating Hemi. I'm gonna take his title. I'm gonna be champ. Another.
He's trying to beat up some little young pups.
Yeah, that's what Cedric be doing. He be having fun with the peon.
I'm right here.
He be having fun with the nail fights. You know what I'm saying?
I can't. The 17th. Give me a date. I'm right here.
Where you gonna be? Asar, you gonna be in New York?
I'm in Florida right now. I was almost in New York this weekend. I'm in Florida right now.
Well, I got Jabari and Lord Abba tomorrow debate. I got them tomorrow, but y'all might not see it tomorrow. You know,
we'll get it. We'll get to it.
That's going to be a little pay-per-view.
Oh,
yeah.
Because nobody else is still no
the
love.
end of the month, sir. We got to schedule something the week after or before the end of the month. We got to get this in.
It's got to be a pay-per-view, man. We trying to do a pay-per-view, bro. We ain't doing that. Come on.
Yeah.
Set it up.
You can stay where you at if that's the point.
Set it
Right.
up.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree too. It's about
We
that
right
time.
here. Right here. We ain't, none of us is running.
Asar need that in his life.
None of us
Yup.
is running. Set it up.
It's been a lot of running. You know, I popped up on your channel. Why? You know, the loser got to buy the drinks when I get to St. Mark, family. You know, you're
Nah,
gonna be buying drinks.
Nah, the loser got to jump off the roof, bro. Load of Lux. Load of Lux. The loser have to jump.
Style.
Hey, Star, I got a source too. I want to bring after you finish that. That's for Humble.
And you're gonna put poll. You're gonna put a poll up.
Humble, don't run, Humble. Where you at?
Yep.
Yeah. And Jay, with the super kick of the week, since you told Sa that crazy business, I see you on 144th and St. Nick. I want you to make sure the dude come outside, because he didn't want to come outside last time when I was there before my man from the NFL dropped me off at the Port Authority. So make sure your story's straight when I get there, brother Jay. That's not King Jay. That's Jay with the kick of the week, your Dominican partner from my block. But go ahead.
Before we do that.
Look, in the star, it's 7 Asar.
Hey, where you at? Where you at, Humble? Where you at, Humble?
I'm right there.
I'm right here, and I'm reading. Listen, you better ask Side what happened to the last guy that was sharing his screen.
No, this me.
I read these now.
No, this me. This me. You know me, the God Killer, yo. Reading comprehension on high. Remember? Watch this. So we talking about in biology, right? In biology, adaptation has 3 related meanings. Firstly, it is the dynamic evolutionary process of natural selection that fits organisms to their environment, enhancing their evolutionary fitness. When we talk about fitness, we talk about the ability to reproduce over generations. Second, it is a state reached by the population during that process. What process? The evolutionary fitness. Now, thirdly, it is a phenotypic trait or adaptive trait with a functional role in each individual organism that is maintained and has evolved through natural selection. The key point in adaptation is selection because it's what? It is an evolutionary process of natural selection, which is Charles Darwin's scientific theory. I rest my case on the subject. Read the source, brother. Read the whole page. Take this, read the whole Wikipedia page, and get back with me.
So this is, I guess we got to kind of pin him to the wall today, too.
You're going to mix it up. Hey, Humble, we can't listen to him. We're going to mess it up.
We're going to pin him to the wall, too, because
Can I say this really fast? Can I say
Huh?
this really fast?
Yes,
hey,
go ahead,
listen, brothers. Whenever y'all want to catch us, anybody from the Bomb Squad, we do have a platform over on Bigo, very respectful, very intellectual, that we're over there 10, 11 hours a day. Come on over there, deal with us. I hear some of y'all people over here, asking for some cash apps and things of that nature. Over there, you get paid. You ain't got to ask for a cash app. They throw you bangs willy-nilly, and you get paid from that. So come deal with us. Come deal with us on the information where we get it in. If y'all are interested in coming over there and actually sitting with the scholars that we have over there, come deal with us, man.
What's it called?
It's called Bigo, Bigo. Hey, listen. Also, before I land my plan on that too. Hey, listen. We got platforms over there, so y'all don't have to worry about coming over there, building nothing, anything like that. I'm already established over there, brother. You come over there, you welcome with open arms, right? My platform, brother, Ashe platform. You be and listen. We're it's not only y'all coming over there, but we're gonna actually teach how to manage and regulate a space over there, right? And it's a way easier space to regulate over there than it is over here on YouTube. With a lot of other big names. You can get your small crowd together. And you can get paid while doing so. So it's always a great thing when we can get paid for our information, and we ain't got a bag for it. So I land my plane with that. Thank you for allowing me to speak, sir.
Peace, brother.
All right. Yeah, let's see what we got. Bingo Live.
Hey, Unc, I got that source for you too. I want to put it in the back chat. It's the University of Melbourne researchers, James Bradley.
All right, let me see. I'm putting it right here. All right. In the private chat, right? I got you. Take your name on. Oh, you didn't put in the okay, hold on.
No, not yet. I'm fin to.
You can send it directly to me if you want.
Oh, okay. I got your hookup, don't I?
No, here you go. Look, I just sent you a message.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah, type it back. Let me see that.
Put it in the comments.
Yeah, I put it in the private chat under your name. Click your name.
On my screen, my name not in there.
Yes, it is. It's Elder Suntan.
Yeah, but I'm saying I can't see it. You can, but I can't.
Hey, yo, let me ask you a question, Humble. Humble, do you do they pay you for your videos as well up there?
That's more of a broadcasting app, so you don't really post videos. What you do is you go live like we do here on YouTube, right. And when you go live, right, like how y'all be over here asking for cash app, the currency over there is beans and diamonds. So when you go live, and if people like you over there, they automatically throwing you beans and diamonds because everybody over there got beans and diamonds, right? And it's easier because it ain't like you asking for a bean. It sound more genuine than asking for a cash app, right? When you sit and asking for a cash app 3 hours, it sound like you begging. But
yeah.
This is what you meant. This is what you're doing, and this is your job. And you asking for beans, it's expected that they give you beans.
Hey, King J, you see what's going on, right, King J?
Bro, I just was finna ask, you getting a tattoo?
Yeah, King J is a beast with that. Yo, hold on. Humble, hold on. Come back up. King J is nice with that tattoo too.
Oh, for real? This my sister Halima, y'all. This my sister.
Halima, what up, Halima?
Tattoos too. She just did this one the other day.
Oh, she decent for sure.
Man, he in Baltimore, yo. He up there in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Got to be more careful.
Hey, you know what, yo? If I'd known he was in Baltimore, yo, I would have invited you to the Neil deGrasse Tyson thing, yo. We was taking people from the city.
For real?
Yeah, we went there at the front
Hey,
row.
where you at now? You said you where now?
I'm in Atlanta now, but I'm back and forth.
Yeah, they ran him out of Baltimore.
Hit me up whenever you get back in town, bro.
They ran out of Baltimore.
Yeah, you know,
They ran him out of Powerless. It's tough down here, y'all. It really is.
Yeah, it's
man.
tough down there. So if I ran
He's broken. They ain't run him out. They ain't run my man out.
Right. So now, if they ran me out of Baltimore and I left and I'm still living and got 5 kids all went to college, then I made the right decision. And right or wrong,
You ain't lying. Hey, listen, they ran him out of Baltimore. He made the right decision because he's still living.
Right.
Yeah, they ain't run him out.
You got accomplishments to go with it.
All right.
Hey, Shorty, I keep my hood pass. Don't let them lie to you like that, yo.
Look in the chat, in the back chat.
I got it.
Sa.
sa.neter crazy.
sa.neter.
That's why you don't come outside no more. Yo, they ran
Hey,
you out of home.
did you get that, Sa?
You see it, huh?
Yeah, Sa can't even come to Harlem.
Hey, you gonna shout me out when you get a chance?
Did I get what?
That what I sent you.
The 20?
Yeah.
Cash out.
Shout you out what?
My book. Remember it's on. I sent it to your.
So evidently you don't know the price of promoting. You don't know the price. I think you need to talk to Tazariak, brother. You need to talk to Captain Tazariak. I don't promote your book for $20, brother. What the hell is wrong with you, man?
I didn't give you.
Come on, Bigo. We'll promote your book for free. Come over on Bigo.
No, you don't supposed to do that, humble. You don't do that. You don't supposed to do that, brother. That's cutthroat. That's called cutthroat.
We ain't supposed to do sauce since I got ran out of Baltimore.
But anyway, yeah.
What? Since I got ran out of Baltimore, he ain't supposed to do what? I'm just
Rakufu.
Oh, okay, you better know.
Promotion and advertisement is not $20, brother.
You know I'll give you more than 20 every time. Come on, man.
Got him.
Yeah, that's not 20, brother.
But it's all good. No, I ain't tripping.
Rakufu, you got a book?
Yeah, Sal, look at this. I'm sending you something, Sal. Look in the chat. Here.
Where at? In the private chat?
Yeah, I'm going to put it in there right now for you. Here.
Hey, Kufu, what's your book about?
You know
the connections with the trade routes with West and East Africa from Egypt to Timbuktu.
Yeah, come up here and you need to do a show on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll do some presentation on Rakufu.
Yeah, do a show on it.
Hey, what's the name of your platform?
Hit me off for the advertisement, and then you can kill him. You'll get him. Ask Tazariak. Tazariak business is blooming right now.
Yeah.
I promoted Tazariak for damn near a whole year. Am I right, King J?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, when he was coming out with them butters and the oil.
Yeah, now if you look at Tazariak's business, he's blooming all over the world.
He is.
Definitely blew him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, ain't no doubt about it.
Hey, Kufu, so how you think you stay from Egypt to Timbuktu? So you thinking they want?
Hey, can I say something real quick?
It's not Timbuktu.
Can I say something real quick?
Wait, hold up. King James. It's African civilizational continuum, Kemet and West Africa and shared history, thought, and culture.
You say what, Kufu?
The name of the book is African civilizational continuum, Kemet and West Africa and shared history, thought, and culture.
Okay. How you making a connection?
Through various trade routes, beads, and different things found before Arab and European connections to the continent from their own, sources that they traveled and they traded.
Hey, yo, you want to put that link in the chat or something?
That's for you.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Sai, that's my bad too, bro. That never happened again, bro.
Yeah, all right, you good. Don't worry, you good.
I don't listen to him, yo. They threw me out of Baltimore. I'm listening to them,
yo. We need a Muslim up in here, man. We need a Muslim up in here.
Yeah, we ain't got one.
Yeah, we got Brother Lai, but Brother Lai,
Brother Lai, right.
Yeah, Brother Lai got to come on in here, man. I think Brother Lai is one of the top Muslims we got besides Morpheus.
Yeah, I'm about to say Morpheus ain't. Come on, he be talking in that chat.
Yeah.
Pseudo Ron, he be talking trash. Pseudo Ron.
Besides Morpheus, man, we got Brother La tried
I
to
like
do.
Brother La because he can speak the language, so he's
Yeah,
not,
Morpheus
he's
too.
not making stuff up.
No, but Morpheus too could speak the
Yeah,
language.
Morpheus too, right? That's what
Hold
I'm
on, wait,
saying.
we forgot something. Humble, what happened with the source? What you say to that? You ain't say nothing.
What source? What y'all talking about?
That adaptation. So you got quiet. Mum's a word. Yeah.
Oh no.
What?
The only thing you showed is the fact that
there you go.
you pull up number one. We can't be up here talking about scholarship and you pulling sources from Wiki. That's number one. Number two. Right, you ain't showing nothing but what I already said, and you saying that Charles Darwin said this, but this is even showing why Charles. Again, I'm gonna emphasize why Charles Darwin was wrong, because he said that evolution and adaptation were the same. They are related, but they're not the same. The only thing you're showing is how adaptation is related to evolution, right? No. Evolution deals with the change in species. Adaptation deal with the change in traits. That's what this is showing.
Okay, now let me
jump
jump
in.
in.
Hold on. It's right here. It says Charles Darwin and Alfred Wallace proposed instead that it was explained by natural selection.
Yeah.
No. Checkmate, bro. You in checkmate.
Adaptation by means of natural selection.
There's Wikipedia got you in checkmate, though.
Let me see, baby.
See, we bring Wikipedia. If you can't get past Wikipedia, why would I bring a high leverage source up here? See, why? Doesn't make sense. I gotta keep it simple, bro.
And you gotta understand Wikipedia is commentary.
He won't show you, but I'm gonna show you where he won't show you is
adaptation.
This exact thing, right? Where now Charles Darwin had to go back. Actually, Elder Suntan just brought this up, right? Where Charles Darwin had to go back and admit that this was wrong. Why? No. Because adaptation and evolution is not the exact same thing. Are they related? Yes. Are they the exact same thing? No. This is exactly what Elder Suntan was just talking about. He got part of it right, but the major of it he got wrong.
Says who?
Adaptation by means of natural selection, right? And adaptation over time leads to what? Speciation. Speciation leads to what? Development of new species. So that's adaptation is at the root of the evolutionary process. You don't get a change in species without adaptation. You don't get an adaptation without natural selection. What is natural selection? Those adaptations that reach the age of reproduction based on the environment that they're in. Reproduction of any species leads to a variation of offspring due to the recombination of DNA. So again, you're fundamentally flawed in your understanding, son.
Bro, okay. So since y'all want to read Wiki, let me read this.
Yeah, we want to read Wiki. We want to read
It
Wiki.
is common to hear the terms used interchangeably, right? So I asked, is adaptation the same as evolution? It is common to hear these terms used interchangeably. But in biology, they describe different levels. So they're not the same thing, which is they're related. Yes, maybe y'all have a hearing issue. Are they related?
Are you being funny? Are you joking?
One is dealing with traits and one is dealing with the change of species. How we said dinosaurs changed into birds, that's evolution. Right? When we're talking about lions and mountain lions, that's adaptation. Why is that not evolution? Because in both senses, they're still lions. The species didn't change. Are y'all not understanding that?
Yeah, can you read what you see on the screen, Jeff? Let me see how you comprehend that. Go ahead. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
What it say, yo? What does it say?
This says in biology, adaptation has three. Go back up. It has three main meanings. Firstly,
hold on.
Dynamic evolutionary.
No. Hold on. No. We don't want to do. We want to go sentence by sentence. That way we know what we're saying. We ain't tripping. So you first sentence says in biology. So what are we talking about? Biology, right? We're talking about living organisms. All living organisms are connected by Charles Darwin theory. The next one say adaptation has three related meanings. Now go ahead to the next sentence. Go.
Oh, it's a first organisms. Number one. This is he emphasized this is based on Charles Darwin, right? So and we know we're not going to keep running over, and I want to make this clear. Elder Suntan brought this out first, right? His theory is not 100% correct. So that's number one. So now let's get to it, right?
That's not a true
First,
statement.
it is the dynamic evolutionary process of natural selection that fits organisms to their environment, enhancing their evolutionary fitness.
Now stop.
Right?
Stop.
Go
what
ahead.
does that mean? Hold on. Firstly, what? What are they talking about? It is, what's the it, yo? What's the it?
They're talking about adaptation. What adaptation is?
It says basically, if we take the word it out there, we can say firstly, adaptation is what? Is the dynamic evolutionary process of natural selection. See? You get it? See?
And see, this is where Charles Darwin gets it wrong.
You don't need to go any further. That's it.
Hold on. Here's the thing. This is why Charles Darwin gets this wrong. Again, and I keep saying this, and he won't go back and show it. The fact that it says a dynamic evolutionary process, right? No, adaptation is, and this is why we don't use adaptation is not an evolutionary process.
It is.
Right? It is a process. Hold on. If it was an evolutionary process, anytime adaptation took place, the species would change. The fact that the species does not change.
How does something evolve?
Hold on. We
Means
just
it's
want
not
to
evolution.
stay on the sentence. So read that sentence again and tell me what it means. Read it. It say first.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Firstly, it is the dynamic evolutionary process of natural selections that fit into organisms to their environment, enhancing their evolutionary fitness.
So stop. So let me tell you what the sentence means, then you tell me what it means. It's basically saying that you don't have adaptation unless there's a process called natural selection. So that's how adaptation comes about, is based off of natural selection, which is Charles Darwin's theory. He doesn't really have a theory of evolution, he has a theory of by way of natural selection. So that's the means to get to adaptation, right? Because it does what? It enhances the evolutionary fitness. So what does that sentence mean to you?
All right. So what that sentence mean to me, and it's so funny because we're going to go right over it. Same thing you just said. This talks about how adaptation is a process of natural selection.
What does that
mean?
What does that
mean?
What does it mean?
What does that mean?
What does natural selection according to their environments mean, right?
No.
What does that mean?
Hold on. I'll let you go in. Hold on.
I need you to answer that question though.
I got you. When organisms go into a new environment, they adapt to that environment.
Not true.
Right? So it enhances their evolutionary fitness.
No.
See, you passed the point.
You just sat here and gave a breakdown of what it means without being interrupted. Now, when I give a breakdown of what it means, you want to interrupt me.
No. Hold on, Cedric. I just need you to answer that question, and you ran away from it.
What question?
The question was, right, that the natural selection, by process of natural selection, meaning the only way you can have adaptation is about a process. What's the process?
Exactly.
Natural
selection is not evolution.
It's a mechanism in evolution.
Evolution deals with the change. Can we agree here, evolution deals with the change in species?
No, that's not true. You made that up.
What?
Yeah, that's not true.
Yo, this guy is crazy. So if evolution don't deal with the change in species, how do we get from a dinosaur to a
species evolve? How do species evolve? How does adaptation?
There's many ways in which they say species evolve.
No. Yes, but listen, go to the next sentence. What's the next sentence? Secondly, what? Read it.
Secondly, it is a state reached by the population during that process.
Okay, so
talking about natural selection.
No, it's not. It's talking about adaptation. The whole article is about adaptation. It's a process.
You just agreed that adaptation is the same thing as natural selection.
No, it's not.
Bro, what? Yo, this guy run the Flint Flam real well, sir.
Baltimore.
Real well, sir.
I'm not. Listen to me. You almost getting it. I'm saying that the process that brings forth adaptation is natural selection. You got to know what natural selection is. Natural selection, look, is the what? Differential survival and reproduction of individuals due to differences in the related fitness endowed on them by their particular complement of observable characteristics, bro.
So is that not the process of adaptation?
No, that pushes.
We got it. I got you. I got you, young man. Just
okay,
1 second.
so let's move forward. What's the secondly thing? Secondly, and you can put the word adaptation is a state reached by populations during that process, not by individual, bro. Individual can't evolve. Individuals can't adapt. When we're talking biology, see, we're talking biology. So no, it can't happen. Now, go ahead, read the third sentence, bro.
So wait a minute. You said individuals can adapt. Are you saying that like let's take him as for an example, right? Are you saying one individual can't evolve further than another individual as a human?
No such thing as that. No individual evolution does not occur.
So we don't have special ed and AP classes in school.
No, not in biology.
What? We don't. And I'm talking about in the educational school system. Do we not have a class called special education, and then we have a class called advanced placement?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so is that not, according to you, is that not evolution in individuals?
No, that's not in biology.
Get out of here, man. You see, he run the flim-flam very well, but it don't work over here.
No, we're talking. Listen to me. We're talking biology right now, yo.
Is humans not biology?
No. Adapting a classroom is social. It's a classroom.
That's still biology. What are you talking about?
No, it's biology, yo. We're talking about adaptation in biology. But hold on.
It's a conceptual process, not a biological one. Yes, we're biological beings, but the concepts of school and all of that is conceptual, not biological.
Share my screen, sir.
So are you saying a mental illness, right? Down syndrome is not a biological illness? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, but to be wrong,
it is not a
biological illness. If it is a biological illness,
it is a genetic defect. It is a mutation that doesn't lead to viable.
Do that deal with biology or not?
Yes, it does, but not.
Thank you. So if that deals with biology, right, then we can see in individuals how evolution and intellect plays a part.
You do not see evolution in an individual. Evolution you see in a population. That is also the case with adaptation. Again, one species is going to produce a variety of offspring. It is only the offspring
that's it right there.
The age of reproduction, right? And now, based on changes in the environment, those that reach the age of reproduction are going to be quote unquote selected for. That is the adaptation. Adaptation over time. Adaptation is a process of evolution.
Okay.
And there's different forms. Hold on, there's different forms of evolution now, right?
You will not get a change in species.
Let's stick the course.
You will never get a change in species without adaptation.
All right, I got you. Watch this.
Humble, read the screen, Humble. Humble, read the screen.
Thank you, Elder Santan. So let me break this down really fast. Let me disclose something really fast. I play a game called Pokemon, right? And the whole point of Pokemon, a major point, is evolution. So how do I know what evolution is?
No, that's not evolution.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on, my brother. Hold on.
That's not evolution.
I did not cut you off when you were speaking.
That is metamorphosis.
I did not cut you off when I was speaking. Hold on.
They go through a stage of metamorphosis.
So evolution is a big part of the game Pokemon. So I'm gonna read
No,
this.
It's not.
Yes,
no, it's
hold
not.
on, bro.
No,
Stop
it's
talking
not.
over me.
No,
out, bro.
It's not.
So evolution is precisely the scientific theory that explains how species change and diversify over generations, involving gradual changes in heritable traits due to mechanisms like natural selection. Right? If we was going by Unc's definition of natural selection, we would replace this with adaptation. Right? Genetic.
No, you can't replace that.
Let me finish.
Hold on. Leading to new adaptations. What did just say right here? Leading to new adaptations and overdevelopment in new species. Right? From common ancestors. So when we're dealing with evolution, we're dealing with new species. This is why adaptation is not evolution, because a species can adapt, but it'll still be the same species. When we're dealing with evolution, we're dealing with the changing of species. Man, and real fast, this is my last point, I'm gonna land my plane. Man, earlier was talking about the whale, right? And he came, yeah, brother, you right, the whale used to walk on land in the winter, but it did change as an aquatic creature because it grew faster. But the speciation of the whale stayed the same. The speciation of the whale is a mammal, whether it walk on land or is it in the water. Therefore, the whale did not evolve. It adapted, but it did not evolve. I land my plane right there. Thank you for allowing me to speak, Si.
Did that help you
Yeah,
out?
you're going straight to pseudo hell for that, yo.
Now I'm gonna say it. The bomb squad is a pseudo.
No.
Y'all get your ass beat up because y'all ignorant, don't want to listen.
Hey, jump in the ring with it. Hey, Jay, jump in the ring with it.
You want to jump in the ring? You want to jump in the ring with the nonsense you just said? I'm going to spank the brakes off you because you don't want to listen.
We got one.
First of all, Pokemon is more about a butterfly. You know what that is? That's metamorphosis. When you got a caterpillar that turns into a butterfly, that's not evolution, slow child. That's metamorphosis. Now let's have the discussion. Since you want to have the discussion, you need to slow it all the way down.
Okay, so have you ever played the game of Pokemon?
Be quiet.
Played the game of Pokemon?
Presentation. I don't need to do a presentation. I got a college degree.
Have you ever played the game of Pokemon?
I'm a biochemical engineer. I have a college degree. You have one. Continue to do your presentation. Pokemon is an aspect of metamorphosis, the transformation from a worm to a butterfly. That is metamorphosis. That's not evolution. So checkmate right there. You cannot get stop.
But go ahead,
son. You cannot get to a change in species without it first adaptation. It needs to adapt. When a species can no longer interbreed with what it came from, then you have full speciation. Speciation over time leads to what we call a new entity. Right?
We already agreed on that. You ain't saying nothing new. Go ahead.
That's the process of evolution. Without adaptation, you don't get to a change in species, son. So your whole diatribe is built on a flawed reasoning. If you don't even understand what metamorphosis is, what the hell are we talking about? And I'm done.
All right. So first he's wrong because the process in which he just expressed. I could tell he never played Pokemon. There's a Pokemon in the game. There's a Pokemon in the game of Pokemon called Weedle, who's a worm. Right? When he evolved, he don't turn into a butterfly. He turn into a bee. That's why it's called evolution, because he changed species.
No, you messing up.
So really fast, that cut right there, really fast. That's number one. Number two, you just agreed with me and Elder Suntan just wrote, and you agreed with what Unc did, because we clearly said, right, that adaptation is related to evolution. We can't get away from that fact. Clearly, we said that. But just because something adapts doesn't mean it evolved. You just sat here and said, oh, well, something has to adapt over a long period of time for it to be evolution. Duh. That's the point. If something evolves to one climate, that doesn't mean if something adapts to one climate, that doesn't mean it evolved. It just adapted to that climate. Duh. How do we know? Because it didn't change species. You just said
these kids are a bunch of creationists in hiding. They're a bunch of creationists in hiding.
Hold on, Cedric. Look at the screen. Hold on, Cedric. I want you to explain this on the screen. I'm gonna ask Humble. Hey, Humble. So you see that whale down the bottom, right?
Yes.
So now look up here. They all start out. Look from the hippopotamus. Did you look? I want you to look at this.
Blow that up, huh?
So,
blow that up a little bit.
Man, I think everybody can see that. Everybody can see that?
Not the. I want to see the commentary.
Yeah, I can see it. We can see it good.
Yeah, I know what you mean, man.
He can't see the writing. That's what he's saying.
Let me see. I want to show. I'm trying to hold. Let me see if I can make this bigger right here. You see it on the screen, right? All right, we all should be able to see this. This should not be hard.
Yeah, I see it.
Look, here you go. Read that, Cedric. Yeah, Cedric.
I'm gonna blow it up.
Oh, you put that. Go ahead, Cedric.
The first thing, evolution of whales. The first thing to notice is this evogram is the hippos are the closest living relatives to whales, but they are not the ancestors of whale. In fact, none of the individual animals on this evogram is a direct ancestor of any other, as far as we know. That's why each of them gets its own branch on the family tree. You got, now let's go down.
So look at the picture though. Look at the picture though. He's saying that over time, like this amber go septus right here. See that right here? Look, I put it even bigger right here, right? That walked on land, bro. By time it finished, it ended up being a whale, yo, all the way down here. So what is he saying? He thinks that evolution means that a species, no, that's part of evolution. What about a crocodile never changed? A crocodile been the same way, alligator been the same way for millions of years. How about a turtle? They never changed, but they still evolved though. Evolution don't mean it's got to change to another species. It's not a real definition of evolution. Evolution is simply change over time. Doesn't mean you have to change species. That's what he's making this mistake at.
So what is changing over time?
It changed from dark skin to light skin. That's evolution.
No, that's adaptation. That's where we keep coming into contention. To turn light skin over time from dark skin to light skin over time is adaptation, not evolution.
No, we read the definition. You got to stick to the definition, bro. You can't. You got to stick to the definition. So the process of the dynamic process of quote unquote natural selection is adaptation. We read it, yo. We read it. We don't gotta. We read it. It says. Here you go. Firstly, it is the dynamic. Adaptation is the dynamic evolutionary process of natural selection that fits organisms to its environment. So, an organism can be fit for its environment and not have to change it to another organism. You get that? It just has the design just has to work good enough. It doesn't have to change to a whole other organism like birds to dinosaurs or dinosaurs to birds.
Well, I would be confused where the evolution would come in if it didn't change species.
Yeah,
we'll get back. That's
the toughest environment. And at your own risk is the toughest environment. The HOK is the toughest environment. Yeah, stay strong, don't cry. It's the toughest environment. No handouts here. You have to earn your respect. And when you do, you make they ass regret. They call it the toughest, and the title is earned from the bridges we crossed and the lessons we learned. In a cold-blooded kingdom, a concrete cage. Muslim, Christian, Israelites step on the stage. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. In a cool-blooded kingdom, sa.neter created. HOK, where you can't fake it. The HOK is where you fight back. No room for error, no window attack. It's a masterclass, how you handle the heat. Where the pedigree is written on the concrete streets. Toughest environment, yeah, we know the score. Locked in on debate and asking for more. The HOK is the toughest environment. And at your own risk is the toughest environment. The HOK is the toughest environment. Stay strong, don't cry. It's the toughest environment. Yeah.
All right, Unc, man. Thank you for coming through, Unc.
Yeah, appreciate you. Great conversation with the brothers, man. That was a great bill right there, bro.
All right, no doubt. All right, peace, brother. Peace, Unc.
Peace.
All right. All right, family. This goes out to the sisters. I had to get a song for the sisters, man. You know, I had to make a song for the sisters. Got to wake them up, man. We got to wake the sisters up. The only reason why we have Hebrews running around is because of the men that they go with. And the men are turning our women into Israelites. So I'm here to try to save them. And I got to speak the truth no matter who it hurt, man. Wake up, sisters. Let's wake up. It's an R&B song for the sisters coming out of love. And I'm trying to sing it the best way I can, man. Y'all ready?
That is for my sisters trapped in religion. Wake up and free the babies. Sa.neter speak the truth, he's on a mission. Yeah. The house of consciousness, the final call. Will you Bible thumpers wake up? All just fall. The house of consciousness, the final call. Stop believing in fairy tales, especially Paul. I use the Bible like a lantern in the night, trying to wake up my sister. The house is closing in, it's a total mess. You ignore my wisdom, the ultimate test. Step inside the HOK, it's the toughest terrain, where the truth hits hard, the cuts bring pain. I try to wake you with the word in my hand, to get you to the truth, to help you understand. I gave you the scriptures, chapters and verse. I gave you the keys to break the curse. I gave you Torah to unlock with keys. Break the mental chains and be free. The final call. Yeah, will your Bible thumpers wake up? All just fall. The house of consciousness. The final call. Stop believing in fairy tales, especially Paul. They call you apostle like you a prophet of God, telling lies and fooling people can't be that hard. You're preaching from YouTube, looking for a handout. I'm standing on family, trying to bring the truth out. Welcome to the HOK, where the truth resides. No more hiding in the pews where the dies. We speak against the Bible just to wake the inner sight. Come inside the HOK doors, we bring the light. The house of consciousness, the final call. Will your Bible thumpers wake up? All just fall. Stop believing in fairy tales, especially Sa.neter. Don't stop, wake the sisters up. Don't stop, wake the sister up. Don't stop, don't stop. Sa.neter. Don't stop, wake the sister up. Don't stop, wake the sisters up. Don't stop, don't stop.
All right, I hope y'all like my voice. I had to do like 50 takes because of my lungs. So I had to do like 50 takes to the song. I hope you liked it. Hope you enjoyed the voice a little bit. I did my best. Peace and Black Power, family. Sisters, it's time to wake up.